just getting better. He's still a young player. He's got a lot of basketball ahead of him, and has a lot that he thinks he can improve on, and he stayed on that track despite the distractions of All-Star accolades, all types of that stuff.
Mark Daigneault, the Oklahoma City Thunder head coach, will be the head coach of Chuck's Global Stars. Speaking of Jalen Williams, he gave us a great interview yesterday here at All-Star Weekend, and he told us the team has a college locker room brotherhood about it. How impressed are you that these young pros have been able to kind of keep that going?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, they love being around each other, and we can't take credit for that. We have great guys, and they love playing basketball together. They love competing together. They're very competitive, and when the ball goes up in the air, they're ready to rock. But they do love being around one another, and the thing that I love about it is, in a long season, which can be a slog at times, they bring energy to the gym, so everybody's energy lifts when we're around one another, and it's because of those guys. They just love competing, they love practice, they love the bus. It doesn't matter, the plane, they have great camaraderie and great chemistry, and I think it carries over to the floor.
You're finally getting a chance to, or soon will, get a chance to see Chet and Isaiah playing together. 3 of the guys on your team, Jokic, Wemby, and Alperen, you're going to need those guys to compete against some of those centers in the West.
Yeah, I mean, we got, obviously great season going, but getting Chet back's great. He's a really, really good player. He's also a great competitor, gives us a different dynamic. Hartenstein's done a great job in his absence, and now we're starting to play them together a little bit. And like you said, the teams in the West are all very good, and there's a lot of diversity, so our ability to play different lineups and look at different things is going to be critical as we move forward. And so we're certainly excited that we're getting healthier, and we need to use this last 30 games or so to really improve.
You're going to play those 3 bigs the entire game, trying to get them tired for what's coming up?
I'm not sure that they're going to be playing at a pace that they're going to tire very much, but we'll see.
Final thought, how does this work with Charles Barkley tonight?
I'm very deferential. This is Charles Barkley's 100th All-Star. I don't know, but I'm definitely not going to be stepping on his toes.
Perfect. Thanks, Mark. Good luck. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Hey, consider this his team, the Thunder, 8 full games up on the Grizzlies for the top of the Western Conference. Coming up next on NBA Countdown, it's tip for Game 1 of this mini All-Star tourney. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What you wait for all week. The 3-pointers, the rebounds, the thrill of every shot. Win or lose, it's the hope that keeps you coming back. The dream that this time, it might be your year. And so you represent. It's anticipation and your pride. Because when the pressure's on, your support is everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new Gold Standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, our EV trucking company is officially in operation.
Andrew's zero-emission trucks are driving the transportation category forward.
We'll make driving safer, easier, and less stressful. Now our technology needs to keep up with demand.
He needs to put pedal to the metal on hiring more software engineers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. 197, 176. This is for 200. Halliburton hits. The East hits 200. 126 to go. The first team in All-Star history to put up 200. And we have 26 seconds to go. 208 to 186. Half-court Lillard. Yes! Might have just sold it right there. Damian Lillard with a triple. From half court, he's got 39.
Jim Baskel back with you from the NBA studios presented by Grainger. Dame MVP last season where points were not hard to come by. Lillard seeking to join Russell Westbrook and Bob Pettit as the only players to win back-to-back All-Star Game MVPs. The NBA on ESPN Radio is presented by Indeed. Hiring Indeed is all you need. Visit Indeed.com/credit. It's a new format showcasing 4 teams featuring youth, OGs, and international stars. You get 3 games for the price of 1. It's the 74th NBA All-Star Game, and we are ready for the tip of Game 1, so we send you out to the Chase Center in San Francisco with George Sedano, PJ Carlissimo, and Mark Kestisher.
Jim, thank you very much. We welcome everybody to the crown jewel of the weekend, the 74th NBA All-Star Game, and as we heard those highlights from a year ago in Indianapolis, those are painful numbers for the league to hear the scoreboard tick over to 200 and eventually land at 211. That precipitated change, and that's what we have this year, the mini tournament style like we've had the last few years in the Rising Stars game on Friday night, PJ. So we have split the 24 All-Stars into 3 teams of 8. We brought up the Rising Stars winner to be the 4th team, and now we'll have 2 semifinals, first to 40, untimed, and the 2 winners will go to 40 points to determine a champion.
And I like it, Jesse. I think it's a good move. It's a little strange. They introduced the players, and now 12 of them are getting banished. They're not playing in the first game. They'll go wait. They'll probably get some shots up down in the practice court by the Warriors locker room. But it's good, and I'm really anxious to see. I'm looking forward more to the second game, the youngins. I want to see what happens with that. But this group, we got 16 players. Just unbelievable talent. It's spectacular to have them on the floor, and I think it has a chance to be a lot more competitive. Playing to 40, it's a short thing. I think when it gets down to, in the 30s, I think we will see a little bit, and I hesitate to use the word, I think we'll see a little bit of defense.
I was going to say, take us through the psychology of the modern All-Star game, which is you're kind of messing around for 3 quarters, and if you could get it with 6 minutes to go close, maybe 4 minutes, you start seeing that defense, and now you're forced to 40 points in the way these guys shoot 3-pointers.
Exactly, and I think they want to win. They want to play in the next game unless their private plane is gassed up and ready to go and get an early exit. But no, I really think that they're going to want to play in Game 3. I think anything that's competitive in this league, you do drills at practice in the NBA, if you make it competitive, it's so much more realistic, and they get after it a lot more. And I think we're keeping score. The winners get to play in Game 3. I think it's going to make a difference.
Well, we're sitting courtside, and right to our right is the TNT set, and this is their swan song for broadcasting and televising the All-Star Game. And, of course, they have a couple of Hall of Famers who are general managers. Shaquille O'Neal has Shaq's OGs with all the future Hall of Famers on it. Chuck's global stars will be in the first game, a lot of the internationals. Kenny Smith's young stars, a lot of the new all-stars that are the next guys grabbing the baton. But one person will be missing tonight who is here, George Sedano. He came out for introduction for his record 21st All-Star game, but he wasn't in uniform. LeBron James, a late scratch here in San Francisco.
Yeah, Kesty, PJ, just about an hour or two ago, he got to the assembled media. He spoke to them and told them that he's still dealing with some foot and ankle soreness. He's been dealing with that injury for several weeks with the Los Angeles Lakers, and he basically said that with the playoff push coming and about 30 games left in the season, he felt it was more important to be able to sit this one out and be ready for the Lakers' potential push. He tried to give it a go this morning in the sense he wanted to see how it felt, and he said, unfortunately, it did not feel good enough to go, Kesty.
Appreciate it, George. And disappointing, but hey, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Atkinson, who is the Cleveland Cavaliers head coach, and that's his squad. That's a nice bunch of guys. If you don't have LeBron James and you don't have Anthony Davis, you still have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Damian Lillard. You're talking about Hall of Fame classes, 7, 8, 9, 10 years away from now in Springfield.
Well, there's 9 former MVP in the All-Star game on that squad, so they're not going to be hurt, and a couple of them are going to have to play a few more minutes. And I'll tell you what, if they need somebody else, I'm looking across at the big O, Oscar Robertson, Julius Erving sitting to our left. They want to get really creative. Barry Bonds is sitting to our right. So there's no shortage of talent here. I think Shaq and Kenny might be able to go a few minutes. I am not going to speculate whether Mr. Barkley could lace it up and get out there.
Well, right now, the two teams that'll get us started in our first semifinal in a few minutes, they have a warm-up here. We had great introductions just before we came on the air here in San Francisco. Chuck's Global Stars against Kenny's Young Stars. And before we reintroduce the starting lineups, PJ, the Global Stars have a ton of size. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the point guard position. They've got Jokic, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, and Kenny's Young Stars, more perimeter, quicker. Should be an interesting contrast to styles here tonight.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some firepower from the perimeter out of the OKC assistant, Dave Bliss's Kenny's Young Stars. We talked to Mark Dagnall before the game, talked to him about, finally gets Chet Holmgren back, and Holmgren gets to play with Hartenstein a little bit. Well, guess what? He's going to get a first-hand look at what they're going to have to go against, because he's got Nikola Jokic, Alperen Şengün, and Victor Wembanyama on his team, and worried about getting to the finals. Might even run into Karl Anthony Towns there. So no shortage of big talent, if you will, for Chuck's Global Stars.
Well, Ernie Johnson, of course, is the host on TNT. Right now, he is at center court. Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley, both on the floor, the respective GMs. Kevin Hart, who's going to be the disruptor general here tonight, the comedian. He's got a microphone. We're going to hear from him.
I didn't see. I couldn't see him there. I saw a microphone kind of standing up there at half court.
As we get set for our first installment as we go to 40 between Chuck's Global Stars and Kenny's Young Stars. Interesting when you look at the makeups of the team. The Global Stars, if Giannis wasn't injured, you would have the top 3 scorers in the NBA all out on the floor. Giannis with the calf strain. They're being careful. The Milwaukee Bucks, they want him at complete full health for the final stretch.
And to be fair to Giannis, they include him, as they always will, in the MVP voting. But the truth be told, the 2 guys running 1-2, there's no more room. I write around the pictures like I always do in the roster sheets. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic are near the top in every single category, and that's why they're running 1-2 for MVP for this year, for the regular season.
It's going to be a tight vote. Tim Bontemps from ESPN did his annual straw poll at the All-Star break and actually had 70% of the first place votes were Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Still going to be tight, but Shai at this All-Star break has the edge.
You could make a great case for either one, and what Shai's got going for him more than anything else, he's never been an MVP.
Correct.
And their record is better, and there's a little bit of, Nicola's going to win it again.
3 out of the last 4 years.
When you look at the numbers, I mean, Nikola
His
Jokic
numbers are even better.
3rd in points, 4th in rebounds, 2nd in assists, 5th in three-point percentage, 11th in field goal percentage, 4th in steals. Come on. Are you kidding me? And he's running 2. He only got 30% of the votes.
And, oh, by the way, I know, Shai has a lot of young guys around him as another All-Star in Jalen Williams, but Nikola Jokic with his team 8 straight wins into the All-Star break, carrying that team along with Jamal Murray as we get
playing
set
2 more minutes a game. He's 13th in minutes at 36-0. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is 32nd. He only plays 34 minutes every night, and those two guys play night in and night out. With all due respect to all the injuries and load management, those two show up every night.
Well, Chuck's Global Stars are loaded up with a lot of international talent. Kenny's Young Stars, not too bad either. They have 2 number 1 picks on the roster, Anthony Edwards and Cade Cunningham. 5 total players were selected in the top 5 of the draft. All are top 13 picks, except the one guy who was voted in as a starter, Jalen Brunson, a terrific selection in the second round at number 33 in 2018. And he's going to be the first Knicks guard to start an All-Star game since Walt Frazier in 1976.
It's hard to imagine because there's been some really good players in New York, but Jalen Brunson, you talk about a deserving starter in his second All-Star game. He is having some incredible year, and he does it when the game is on the line, and he's a fourth-quarter demon.
Well, as you know, when we vote for All-Stars, there are 10 starters, 5 from the East, 5 from the West, but we need 15 starters because there's 3 teams of All-Stars. And so Chuck's Global All-Stars, 4 of their 5 starters were all voted in as starters, except for Pascal Siakam of the Indiana Pacers. He'll be on the front line with Karl Anthony Towns and Nikola Jokic for Chuck's Global Stars, and the backcourt, Donovan Mitchell, his 6th All-Star game. This will be his 2nd start in an All-Star, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the NBA's leading scorer, at 32.5 points per game, and lately, in the last 4 weeks, has had 3 50-point games. For Kenny's Young Stars, we mentioned the only elected starter, Jalen Brunson of the Knicks, rounding out the starting 5, the electric Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Front line of Jalen Williams from Oklahoma City, his first All-Star appearance. Jaren Jackson Jr., nice bounce-back year. This is his 2nd All-Star and another first-time All-Star. Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Eastern leaders. 3 Cavaliers in the All-Star games tonight.
There's our number 1 and number 2 candidates for MVP standing right next to each other, getting ready to get after it. Nikola Jokic and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, are they playing well. It's just great to see, and it's. I hope that we're going to see the showcase of the talent.
Well, let's see. The original lineup didn't have Tyler Hero as a starter, but it looks like he is going to start for Kenny's Young Stars. Tyler Hero, fresh off a 3-point contest championship yesterday. So Hero is in. Anthony Edwards is not starting. We'll keep an eye on that. As Evan Mobley of the Cavaliers and Karl Anthony Towns of the Knicks getting ready to jump it up. 74th NBA All-Star Game with a new twist underway, and heading from our right to left, Kenny's Young Stars, the first of 2 semifinal games to 40 points. Jalen Brunson has it out beyond the arc, fires it to the right side. Jalen Williams catch and shoot 3 is a miss, and it's transition rebound. Down floor pass stolen by Brunson. Numbers for Kenny's Young Stars, a lob to the rim, and Mobley grabs and flushes.
You turn it over in this game, you know they're going to be capable of going the other way very quickly.
Evan Mobley averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds a game for the East leading Cavaliers. Here's Jokic feeding Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, rolling to the rim and scoring easily. Top 2 players in the MVP voting. Combining there, we're tied at 2. Here's Tyler Hero, step back 3 from the right. Rainbows in on his first All-Star shot. It's a triple.
Well, fitting that he would make a triple because he won the 3-point contest last night.
Miami Heat All-Star having a career season. Here's Karl Anthony Towns for 3. Yup, the big man can shoot it. Won a 3-point contest years ago, and he has tied the game at 5. Here's a lob for Mobley off his fingertips, but saved it on the end line out to Brunson, and a block shot on the perimeter by Shea Gilgeous. How about this? Save on the end line by Siakam, but it goes right to Jalen Williams. Lob to the rim. Mobley couldn't get there. It was a little too far out in front, and that was a little sloppy play the other way.
Yeah, it's been a little sloppy early.
Chuck's Global Stars will bring it up with Karl Anthony Towns dribbling on the 3-point line. He authored a 50-point All-Star game last year in Indy, but you can't do that anymore. We're only playing the 40. Here's Mitchell driving into a double team and slapped out of bounds by Jaren Jackson
A
Jr.
little bit of defense at the rim now, some block shots.
I see some seeds of defense. I'm with
I'm
you.
looking over at Charles, see a little bit of Jerry Jones there. It looks like he's really concerned with what his team's going to do.
Inbound to Mitchell, and that was blocked by Jalen Williams on the perimeter. Here's Mobley headed to the right. Kenny's All-Stars finds Jackson. Three-pointer, no good. Shea has the rebound.
Spins in and out for Triple J.
To Jokic. Feed to Siakam. Great bounce pass to Gilgeous-Alexander, who scores to give Team Chuck a 2-point lead.
Shea Gilgeous just switches to his left hand and reaches out. Wow, holding.
Oh, we got a foul as Gilgeous-Alexander holding his teammate. Jalen Williams, his OKC teammate.
Exactly. Trey Maddox passed on the first hold, and when they threw the pass to J-Dub, he had to call it.
We don't have to give you personal fouls because you can't foul out. Here's inbound to Hero and a quick lob at the rim where Evan Mobley grabs and guides it through the cylinder.
Well, I love a lot of what Evan Mobley showed last night. And get Kenny Atkinson talking about that talented young big.
Tied at 7, tied no longer. Siakam from Jokic on the lay-in, 9-7 for Team Chuck. Here's Brunson stopping on the perimeter. Bounce pass into the high post. Jackson, a push shot with a left hand, and it crawls over the rim.
He loves that left hand. You watch him a little bit, if he's in the paint or close to the rim, you think he's left-handed.
Pass down low, a high-low for Siakam, but couldn't hang on. Through the hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, he looked out to Donovan Mitchell. He acknowledged it was a really good pass that normally he's going to catch.
Tied at 9, we're playing to 40 in our first semi. Evan Mobley thought about stepping into a long three. Pass to Brunson for three is a miss, and Donovan Mitchell has the rebound for Team Chuck. Mitchell, the Cavaliers, pulls up for three and connects. Team Chuck with a 12-9 advantage thanks to Donovan Williams.
Yeah, and
Donovan Mitchell.
2 for 3 from 3 for them, 1 for 5 for Kenny's young guys.
Jalen Brunson receiving a pass. Fakes Jokic on the ball fake. Hesitation move past Karl-Anthony Towns, his teammate, but couldn't finish the layup. Team Chuck coming the other way with a 12-9 lead. Mitchell pass to Jokic right at the cup, and he lays it in.
So Jokic usually the initiator of the good pass. That time he's the recipient.
Hero for three, and Rainbows his second one home, staying red hot. He was shooting at that basket last night at the All-Star three-point shootout. 14-12, Team Chuck the lead. A long logo three for Karl-Anthony Towns.
Logo 3, that's a bridge. There's a bridge logo about 3 feet inside of half court. That's where he shot that. That was deeper than a logo 3. That was about 40 feet.
It was officially 37 feet away from the hoop. Wow. It has brought us to our first time out in San Francisco as Team Chuck, the Chuck's Global Stars, with a 17-12 lead over Kenny's Young Stars. You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indy.
Friends, don't let your neck, back, joint, or nerve pain slow you down from doing all the things you love. It's time to reclaim your active lifestyle. Call our friend Dr. Jay Shaw today at Samuel Payne.
Dr. Shaw is a double board certified, Ivy League trained pain and spine specialist who treats joint, neck, back, sciatica, and nerve pain. Procedures involve no cuts, no scars, no incisions, or downtime.
Call Dr. Jay Shaw to take a non-surgical approach with precise image-guided procedures without pain medications. Enjoy life pain-free. Same day and next day appointments available.
Go to SamwellPain.com. Put an end to your pain and suffering today. Why wait any longer? Make your appointment with Dr. Jay Shaw. Go to SamwellPain.com now.
Regain your active lifestyle and enjoy all of your favorite activities pain-free. Samuel Payne now has 3 convenient locations in Woodbridge, Livingston, and the brand new office in Englewood to serve Bergen County.
Visit SamwellPain.com. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Most major insurances are accepted.
When you work hard, you save hard. So treat yourself with well-earned savings all month long at Bay Ridge Mazda. Get financing rates as low as 0.9% APR on nearly every new model in stock. 0.9% APR. Their goal is complete credit approval regardless of your score. Plus, take advantage of Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Come see them today in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. See dealer for details.
Peter Rosenberg here to tell you about my friends over at Bath Fitter. They remodeled my bath and did an incredible job that was customized for my specific needs. The process was easy. One expert installer was done in a day. No demo, no mess. Bath Fitter is a permanent high-quality solution with a lifetime guarantee. 3 million happy customers like me lock in 2024 pricing and get 0% interest for 30 months. So start designing your bath today like I did at bathfitterdesign.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Mark Kefsischer, PJ Carlosimo, George Sedano, our entire ESPN Radio crew enjoying our weekend by the bay, both here in San Francisco. Yesterday made a nostalgic trip to the old Oracle Arena, the Oakland Arena, to do our interviews yesterday, which was it was a lot of fun, I think, even for Steph Curry and for Draymond Green to get back in that building that housed 3 of their 4 championships.
No question. Draymond talked to us about that, and it's special. I loved it. It was a great old. I got to coach there. Kessie was funny. Got to coach there for 3 years, and it was when they reopened it. We were in if you played the Warriors. The year before that, you played down in San Jose.
That's right.
In the Shark Tank.
Yep.
And we got to coach in that building when it reopened. Improved Oracle, still obviously one of the older buildings in the league, and attached by the underground tunnel to where the Oakland A's plays. It was just a great venue for 3 championships for Steph and 3 of their 4 for Steph and Draymond.
No truth to the rumor you coached at the Cow Palace. I just saw Rick Barry, the 1967 MVP of the All-Star game that was played at the Cow Palace.
I wish I had coached in the Cow Palace. That's another candidate, and Rick keeps himself in good shape. Again, if that one team is short, you got another guy you can throw out there. I'm sure he's good for a couple trips up and down, and you know he's going to fill it up.
New format All-Star Game, first semifinal. Team Chuck has a 17-12 lead over Kenny's Young Stars. Darius Garland of the Cavaliers is on the floor with his teammate Evan Mobley right now for Kenny's team. Pass to Jaren Jackson against Victor Wembanyama, getting his first All-Star run. Jackson ducks under but could not guide the ball toward the rim. It goes out of bounds.
Cade Cunningham, first action in the All-Star game also. Where's Wemby going? A little discrepancy who has the ball. Yeah. Well, it was off. They're right. It was off the blue team, but there was a foul that wasn't called, so it went old NBA on us with the officiating.
6 to shoot off the inbound. Jalen Brunson catch and shoot. 3 is good over the closeout of Victor Wembanyama. And Kenny's Young Stars back within 2, 17 to 15. Team Chuck.
First member of Kenny's Jets to make a 3 other than Mr. Tyler Hero.
I like that, Kenny's Jets. That's a good one.
Karl Anthony Towns, step back, long 3, off the mark, hit the rim. Alpi Şengün got a hand on it, an offensive rebound. Over to Trae Young, an injury replacement for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's having a terrific year. Finds Wemby for 3, off the mark to the left, and rebounded by Cade Cunningham. Down floor for Garland, but he could sense Victor was there and didn't offer a shot. He dribbles out, passes down low, outside it goes. Jaren Jackson Jr. negotiates through the lane and then rises from 10 feet away and hits.
He actually shot that with his right hand, too, Kesty.
Second make for Triple J, ties the game at 17. Team Chuck with it. Mitchell fires down low to Şengün from the Houston Rockets, and he's got his first All-Star point.
Because each year at All-Star, we always talk about you can kind of tell who's thinking maybe they'll be an MVP. I'm saying early on, Karl Anthony Towns wants to make a run at that.
They made a late run last year.
They did.
Jaren Jackson missing the shot. Rebound to the corner. Saved by Karl Anthony Towns of Chuck's Global Stars. Ball is knocked away, though, and taken over by Kenny's Young Stars. Into the corner, Jalen Brunson tried to control, but couldn't. It's out of bounds.
Trae Young tried on the dribble to nutmeg Jaren Jackson Jr. Use a soccer term, and he lost the ball.
Through the legs on the nutmeg. Here's Brunson inbounding to Garland. Gets off a 3 and connects. Nice comeback year for Darius Garland, too. He had a broken jaw, wired shut last year for Cleveland. Very down year with a lot of injuries, and they've come back number 1 in the East thanks to Donovan Mitchell, who just got blocked by Jaren Jackson Jr. Up ahead to Brunson, felt Wembanyama coming, passed it underneath. Nobody wants to go up against Victor, and now Cade Cunningham had it slapped out of bounds.
Yeah, Victor's actually went from one side to the other and discouraged 3 players from shooting the ball, which Victor's fully capable of doing.
Victor Wembanyama, first of many All-Stars to come, 7'3" from France. Rookie of the Year last year for the Spurs, all-defensive first-team blocks leader as a rookie, and the youngest Spurs All-Star in the first 2 years of her career since Tim Duncan.
And running away with the block title so far this year, 3 points, 8 blocks a game, and a silver medalist, along with Bilal Coulibaly from the Washington Wizards for their native France.
Kenny's Jets have a 20-19 lead. Cade Cunningham expands the lead, a three-pointer for the Pistons' first-time All-Star, 23-19. Team Kenny.
Comeback by the young guys.
They were down 5 points at the first time out. Here's Victor going to work inside, turns, and flushes. I mean, he was still 6 feet away from the hoop on that
He
turn.
just kind of reached out. Oh, nice D there.
By Wembanyama at the rim. Leads it down floor to Young. Nice bounce pass to Şengün with a two-hand hammer. Tied at 23.
Trae Young, we know what an excellent passer he is, and that was good evidence right there.
Here's Jalen Williams fading, missing on a 16-footer. Wembanyama, the rebound. Outlet too high for Şengün. And it goes out of bounds. Tied at 23. We're playing to 40 in our first semifinal. Victor going to rest here. Looks like Pascal Siakam coming in. Nope, Victor staying in the game. Donovan Mitchell will get a rest for Team Chuck. So will Karl Anthony Towns as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's back on the floor.
Pretty good team when you sub in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Pascal Siakam.
Here's Cade Cunningham receiving a bounce pass, free throw line, a quick lob, and a flush by Evan Mobley. Cunningham, I had to look it up.
I would check the I know exactly what you're going to say.
9 assists per game.
Number 3 in the league in assists, 9.4. I had no idea. That's a really impressive number.
Here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander authoring a three from the right wing. Team Chuck takes the lead, 26-25. Cunningham, hesitation on Wembanyama, blocked by Victor on the trail.
And he went by him, and Wemby just stalked him from the back, and Shai thought he was going to, I think, backwards dunk with 2 hands. Mr. Wembanyama said, no, thank you.
3.83 blocks per game, as you mentioned, number 1 in the league. Here's Hero off the inbound, missed his first three-pointer from the corner, but the loose change picked up by Darius Garland. Lift for Jalen Williams running down the lane, grabbed and hammered it home.
J-Dub, I'll tell you what an impressive interview for that young man. From that young man.
Wembanyama pass for Trae Young, goes into the backcourt. Yeah, Trae almost didn't get it. And Darius Garland had his eyes on a prize to go the other way. It'll go out of bounds to Kenny's young star.
Yeah, it's funny. Jalen Williams was talking to us how nice it was to come back to the Bay Area. Of course, he starred for Herb Sendek at Santa Clara.
Tyler Hero, long three miss, rebounded by Team Chuck, which trails 27-26. Trae Young, great no-look pass to Siakam for the score.
That's why Trae Young is number 1 in the NBA in assists at 11.5.
Steal Team Chuck, Young drives and scores, and Trae Young has given Chuck's Global Stars a 30-27 lead over Kenny's Young Stars as we head to a break only 10 points away.
Doesn't take these guys long to get to 40 for sure.
Trae Young, 2 points right there, and 4 assists off the bench, and an injury replacement for the second straight year here at the All-Star game. Timeout. It is Chuck's Global Stars 30, Kenny's Young Stars 27. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new Gold Standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time to take your shot with the Year of You Scholarship at National University. Score up to $6,000 annually toward a bachelor's or master's degree. With 4 and 8-week courses and flexible online options, you can stay in the game while you study and get free tutoring, career counseling, and more to help you succeed. Make this your year and apply by February 28th at nu.edu. That's nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Easy there. There's a better way to NBA with the NBA app. Wait, really? Follow your favorite teams and the league's brightest stars. Be on the ball with real-time stats and scores.
Yeah?
And go behind all the drama with new docs and shows.
Are you kidding?
Catch every swish, dunk, and bucket. All of this, all in one place, all for free.
Thank you.
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
In San Francisco at Chase Center, home of the Golden State Warriors, Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano with you, the NBA All-Star mini tournament for the first time and our first semifinal. We're playing to 40, and we got a 3-point game as Chuck's Global Stars with a 30-27 lead over Kenny's Young Stars. The Young Stars, PJ, made a nice little run from an early 5-point deficit, but of late, Chuck's Global Stars, and certainly helped by the defense of Victor Wembanyama, have been able to take the lead.
Wemby's made a big difference, discouraging shots, not as much the 2 blocks, which he does have, but he stopped a whole bunch of others, and we great a pair of roller skaters on a small little stage. Unbelievable entertainment there at this first time out.
Like 3 feet by 3 feet. I don't know how they didn't fall off.
Global Stars, 13 for 18 from the field, 4 for 7 from downtown. If they would take better care of the ball, which they have not done, they'd already be at 40. But time right now for Kenny's young guys to respond if they're going to. Chuck's Globals only need 10. That's not going to take long the way this team shoots it.
Would this be considered a closing lineup when you're at 30 points going to 40? You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, Trae Young, and Pascal Siakam for Chuck's Global Stars.
Well, I don't know. Kenny Atkinson's a good buddy for a long time. He might agree. We could put a blindfold on him, and he can just reach down there, and whatever 5 of his group he puts on the floor is a good closing group, for sure.
A pair of Jalen's maybe closing it out for Kenny's Young Stars, Jalen Brunson and Jalen Williams, Tyler Hero, Darius Garland. So a really small lineup here for Kenny's Young Stars. Biggest guy on the floor is Evan Mobley right now.
Yep. And as Evan Mobley showed us last night, his versatility, he's just as comfortable outside as he is inside.
Kenny's Young Stars trailing 30-27, playing to 40. Garland's got it for Kenny's Jets. Over to Mobley on the 3-point line. Jokic defending. Mobley sidestep 3. No. Rebounded by Wembanyama.
Wemby
Jokic was wide open.
Running. Really surprised you didn't see him.
Here's Trae Young splitting the defense and laying it in. He scored 4 straight. Team Chuck leading by 5.
Trae Young making his presence felt here.
Here's Hero, harassed by Siakam, keeps it, goes to Jalen Williams, driving by Jokic, lost the ball. I think Nikola got a hand on that one.
The Joker running the floor again.
Takes the pass, lobs at the rim, and Wemby with one hand flies in and jams it home.
Wemby's going to get a couple votes here for MVP, certainly of this game.
Little half-court trapping defense. Here's Garland for 3, missed it. Rebounded by Team Chuck, leading 34-27. They're 6 points away. Gilgeous-Alexander threw it to Jokic, but he tried to one-hand it and lost it, turnover against the Joker.
Classic mistake, trying to do something before you caught it. The Joker was getting ready to swing a one-hand, right-handed bounce pass to the rim.
And Kenny's Young Stars make a comeback down 34-27. Darius Garland splits the double, finger roll, fell off the rim, no good.
And Wemby's putting up numbers, yes.
Here's Trae Young. They're 6 points away to Wemby down the lane for the flush. 36-27, Team Chuck. Down floor, Cade Cunningham packs it through the rim.
Yeah, he was making sure Wemby was not going to get a piece of that one.
Here comes Chuck's All-Stars, 36-29, and a turnover on Jokic cross-court pass. Garland with it. Hesitation, blow by Wemby, but he's not going to go for the shot. He'll pass to Brunson for three. Missed it. Rebounded by Jokic.
They have 9 turnovers and 36 points.
Jay Gilgeous-Alexander for three. 39-29, 1 point away for Team Chuck to advance to the final. Here's Garland, drives down the lane, tries to get it to Jackson, somehow did against Wembanyama. They go outside for Garland for three, and the Cavs All-Star nets it. 39-32, but Kenny's Young Stars need some stops here. Team Chuck 1 point away.
They need at least 3 stops, and that's going to be hard to come by.
Here's Jackson harassing Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Blows by him right to the rim, flushes home, and Chuck's Global Stars will advance to the championship game here at the All-Star Game.
I'm telling you what, how about Victor Wembanyama? I got to go across because he fills all the 4 points, 5 assists, a couple of blocks. Unbelievable. 3 for 4 from the field. He's amazing. An offensive rebound, 3 defensive rebounds. He threw a couple turnovers in just to fill things out.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander led the way, 12 points, 5 for 5 from the field, including that game-winning basket. And Chuck's Global Stars, who are made up of the top 3 scorers in the league, including the number 1 scorer, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who's standing by with George Sedano.
Thanks, guys. Shea, you guys win the inaugural mini-tournament. What was it like? What got it done?
We just pushed the pace, try to get out of transition, play to our strengths, just like any other basketball game.
No doubt about that. You guys played like any other basketball game, which is what people wanted in this particular game. You said you're tired right now. What do you got left to tank for round 2?
Yeah, half of the goal is completed. 1 more game, and the weekend's off.
All right, one more thing for you. Wemby was out of control out there on defense, on offense, helping you guys out. What was it like to play with him?
Beautiful. We have someone in that nature in Chet Holmgren, but it was beautiful. It was fun.
All right, SGA, good luck, man. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, George.
I appreciate it. Guys, back to you.
There you go, George, with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the leading scorer in the NBA, and by many, the leading candidate for most valuable player this year. Before we continue, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlosimo, George Sedano with you from Chase Center in San Francisco, and I think many of us were hoping the format change would maybe bring a little bring a little immediacy to the game, and you could hear from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander huffing and puffing a little bit. We saw Victor Wembanyama going end-to-end. That's an impressive start to the new format.
Yeah, very impressive start, and again, we had 6 block shots, 3 for each team. Wemby had another at least 4 or 5 shots that were discouraged. Players who had the ball in the restricted area or in the paint said, nah, I'm not going up there with Wemby laying around. And he was very, very active. I say only. He had 6 points, but he had 4 boards. He had a steal. Did some really good things. Nikola Jokic, no surprise. 3 assists, some beautiful passes. The Chucksters shot 78% from the field, 63 from the three-point line. They were a little sloppy, but you heard Shea Gilgeous-Alexander said they were looking to run. They did run. They also turned it over 9 times, but they scored when they didn't. I really liked SGA's answer because he was being loyal to Chet Holmgren. That little bit of competition between Victor and Chet. George asked him a question about how well Wemby played. He acknowledged how well Wemby played, but he was careful to note, yeah, we got a skinny big guy too, who's a pretty good player also. I really like that from Shea.
Just got back from injury and helping Oklahoma City to the best record in the West at 44-10. Chuck's Global All-Stars will play in the championship against either Shaq's OGs or Candace's Rising Stars. They're the tremendous underdog of mostly rookies that are going to take on some of the best players of this era in the NBA. How do you think Chuck's Global Stars, we don't know who they'll face, but how they'll fare as we move into the championship?
They're going to be the chalk. I don't care what happens in this next game before seeing it. Chuck squad are the chalk without any question. Not saying it's not going to be a good game, be a really good game. Not saying they're going to win, but they should win. That team is loaded. Chuck did a very good job. It hurts me to give him credit, but whether he had help or not, he did a really good job with his draft picks.
Well, very impressive. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 5 for 5, 12 points. The game-sealing dunk as part of a 78% shooting night in our first semi. Chuck's Global Stars beating Kenny's Young Stars 41-32. They'll have some more entertainment here inside of Chase Center, and then we'll bring you our second semifinal. Shaq's OGs, led by Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Damian Lillard against Candace's Rising Stars, the mostly rookie outfit that won on Friday night. We'll have that second semi coming up in a bit. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
The best mornings
In the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Empower.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money. So he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back with you. The 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. So the first game is in the books. Some international flavor.
Here's Trae Young. They're 6 points away to Wemby down the lane for the flush. 36-27 team shot.
Now, how about Victor Wembanyama? 6 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Throwing down a pair, but this team and this game was sealed with SGA.
Here's Jackson harassing Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Blows by him right to the rim, flushes home, and Chuck's Global Stars will advance to the championship game here at the All-Star Game.
Indeed. How about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? 5 of 5 from the field, 12 points, including that game winner, 41-32. Chuck's Global Stars getting it done. Charles Barkley's team over Kenny's Young Stars. That Kenny Smith team, Evan Mobley, Tyler Hero led them with 6 apiece. But it's Chuck's Global Stars that advance to the finals. Cat, want to mention Karl Anthony Towns. He had 6 points and 3 rebounds, hit a pair of threes in that one. But we'll call that SGA finisher. Getting it done. Play the game brought to you by Grainger. Game plan with Grainger. Gain a competitive advantage. Call or click Grainger.com or just stop by for the supplies and solutions to help keep your business moving forward. Next game coming up at Shaq's OGs. Shaquille O'Neal's team with no LBJ against Candace's Rising Stars. That coached by Candace Parker. Meantime, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver earlier joined our PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kestisher on the subjects being discussed, LeBron James missing tonight's tip.
It's always incredibly frustrating. I mean, for any All-Star not to be able to play, but I think in particular LeBron. On the other hand, I recognize, nobody has paid his dues more to the league and to the fans than LeBron has. So I understand it. I spoke to him in the locker room when he arrived tonight, and he feels terrible about the fact he can't play. But I think there's also recognition on a 40-year-old's body. We don't want to create unnecessary risk. But having said that, I think LeBron was the first to say he's excited about this new format. He's looking forward to giving some of the young guys those extra minutes, and he'll be cheering from the sidelines.
Now, you heard him just mention the new format, which we've already seen with this first tip. And then there's Draymond Green's comments on the lack of physicality in today's game. More from the commish.
Well, Adam, it's always great to see you. New All-Star format this year. I know PJ and I are really looking forward to it. Why do you believe this could be the answer to getting the intensity of the players back at the All-Star game?
I believe in it because it's what the players told us was a format in which they felt they could compete under, given the circumstances. I think it's unrealistic to turn the clock back as much as we'd all like to think about All-Star games that were played when we were younger. I think these days these guys have so much exposure. They have different relationships with each other than maybe players in the old days. And I think the call it NBA All-Star Classic, they just weren't feeling it. I think on the other hand, guys competing in now sort of shorter bursts of energy, these 40-point games. It came about from talking directly to the players and saying, all right, we got to fix this. And again, it wasn't me asking so much as just sitting down and talking in terms of partnership, because many of the players said to me after last year's All-Star game, that was embarrassing. And again, I don't think it was because any individual player went out there and said, I don't care. It was just a vibe, whatever happened in Indianapolis. And I'm very hopeful this year based on the conversation we've had with players directly, Andre Iguodala, Joe Dumars, who of course is at the league office now, that we're going to see something special tonight.
Adam, our Emirates Cup, the in-season NBA tournament, we were lucky enough to be there both times. Similar and yet different. Your assessment after two years now from a fan and league standpoint and going forward?
From a league standpoint, we're very happy with where we are. I know you guys will remember, even discussed it with you and Mark, that there was a fair amount of resistance from some players whose reaction was, why would we care? It's not the Larry O'Brien trophy. And I think we got a strong assist from the international players who grew up in a soccer environment where there's many different cups throughout the year in addition to the championship. And I think so the international players helped educate the American players on it. And also, once we figured out the format, again, worked with the Players Association directly, there was prize money associated, I think it became something special. And one thing that surprised me a bit, as you both know, we used the different colored courts, for example, and that was to get media attention from people tuning through games and saying, oh, there must be something special here. Court's a different color. Actually, when I spoke to the players, I think they had a sense when there was something different, that court's a different color that night, like it created a sense of specialness for them. And it is a long regular season. And so I'm really happy where we are after two seasons. I think it's becoming a tradition in the league already. We saw the Lakers followed by the Bucks, and I just watching the Bucks celebrate, everybody could see it. It was meaningful to them.
Interesting to get your take on this. I know it's only one man's opinion, but Draymond Green had made some headlines yesterday at his media session talking about how the Stars don't get the same officiating treatment, the play's not as physical, there's too many threes. Do you have reaction to that reaction?
I love Draymond. I was with him at a elementary school on Friday. It was part of our day of service, and we had a nice conversation. I think Draymond, everyone's aware he wants to play a very, very physical game. And it's the sentiment of the league, not just me. We have a competition committee, and the Players Association is part of that, while we appreciate the energy he brings to the game, we're also as focused on athleticism and skill and don't want it to become overly physical. And I felt he was reacting really more to sort of a little pushback on his particular style. So You know, he's entitled to his opinion, but he's a provocateur. He has his own podcast, and he's clever and knows how to get attention.
Yes, he is a provocateur, no doubt about it. Coming up next on NBA All-Star Mid-Game, we'll hear from Draymond Green, including his take on the importance of the Jimmy Butler edition. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Friends, go see Dr. Jay Shaw. He's a double board certified Ivy League trained pain specialist. Don't let your neck, back, sciatica, or nerve pain slow you down from doing all the things that you love. It's time for you to reclaim your active lifestyle by calling Dr. Jay Shaw today at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw treats joint, neck, back, sciatica, and nerve pain. Dr. Shaw is also a migraine and headache specialist. Procedures involve no cuts, no scars, no incisions, or downtime. Call Dr. Jay Shaw and take a non-surgical approach with precise image-guided procedures without any pain medication. Enjoy a pain-free life. Same-day or next-day appointments are available. Go to SandwellPain.com to book online. Put an end to your pain and suffering today. Why wait any longer? Make your appointment with Dr. Jay Shaw by going to SandwellPain.com now. Regain your active lifestyle and enjoy all your favorite activities pain-free. Sandwell Pain now has 3 convenient locations in Woodbridge, Livingston, and a brand-new office in Inglewood to best serve Bergen County. Visit SandwellPain.com to text or book online. You wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Most major insurances are accepted.
College basketball is gearing up and fans are ready to see which teams will prove they're ready to shine in March and who will be seen in San Antonio. You can get in on all the action from tip-off to the final whistle at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, ESPN Bet Sportsbook customers can bet $10 to get $100 in bonus bets and unlock 30 days of ESPN Plus. Download the app and sign up with promo code RADIO100 to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Schweppes has a deep lineup of bubbly flavors, including zero sugar, raspberry dry grape, and white peach. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a slam dunk for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Look for Schweppes throughout New York.
You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back on the 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio, which is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. We mentioned Draymond Green had plenty of comments this weekend, right? The game's being played in the Bay Area for the first time in 25 years. He is a 4-time All-Star, took part in the skills competition, and this was Green on the importance of the addition of Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy coming on this team, it changed the life of this team. Kind of a team that was on life support. And now you walk into every arena thinking like, we're going to win and we got a real chance at winning this game. And as you know, in this league, if you don't walk in with that mindset, it's going to be a long year. And that's kind of where we're headed. You know, you're walking in and you don't quite know which way this game is going to turn. There's more certainty walking into the arena now. And I think, and definitely I know the feeling of what it feels like to put a championship team together, and I have confidence that this team can become one.
Yeah, he knows that feeling, hoping Jimmy Butler helped him get back to that. It's a feeling that Jaylen Brown has experienced just a season ago, 18th time in Celtics history they claim a title. Brown with our George Sedano.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. So, Jaylen, welcome back to the All-Star Game. You guys have this unique format this year, this mini tournament. What do you make of it thus far from what you've already seen in that first game?
It looks competitive. It looks fun. So we're going to come out and try to figure out how to get a win.
All right, what's the game plan tonight against these young guys out there?
I'm not sure completely, but maybe we play a little zone. We got a small group, so we're going to have to figure out some rebounding, but we'll be all right.
You've been on the other side with those rising stars, so you know how hungry they're going to be to come at you. What is that mentality like?
I've been on the other side. I know what that looks like. They're going to come out and play hard. We got to match the energy.
Jaylen, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, George. Coming up next on the NBA All-Star Mid-Game show, Game 2. Shaq's OGs, Candace's Rising Stars for a shot at Chuck's Global Stars. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
With NBA League Pass, keeping up with the league is as easy as NBA. Watch from multiple angles and in your preferred language. Wait, really? Oh, new guy, huh? Yeah, you get so many live games, recaps, and highlights. So the court is my oyster. It's your pelican, wolf, bull, nugget, big blue dog, whatever you want it to be. NBA League Pass, your home for streaming hoops.
Only select out-of-market games available and local blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
The county just requested more electric charging stations.
Orders have really amped up at Able Electric.
We need 3 more at First in Maine, and we just got another hotel chain.
It's no shock. Able Electric needs able electricians.
Grocery store wants charging stations too.
And fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time to take your shot with the Year of You Scholarship at National University. Score up to $6,000 annually toward a bachelor's or master's degree. With 4 and 8-week courses and flexible online options, you can stay in the game while you study and get free tutoring, career counseling, and more to help you succeed. Make this your year and apply by February 28th at nu.edu. That's nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Baskell back with you, reminding you the 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. 1 game in the books, time for the tip of Game 2. Shaq's OGs, Candace's Rising Stars. We go back to the Chase Center in San Francisco with George Sedano, PJ Carlissimo, and Mark Kestisher.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. We were entertained by that first semifinal. Chuck's Global Stars with the 41-32 win over Kenny's Young Stars. So Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and company will await the winner of Shaq's OGs and Candace's Rising Stars. Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal is out on the floor right now. So is Candace Parker, who is the...
Which one is Shaq and which one is Kevin Hart?
That's his grandson out there. Candace's Rising Stars, Candace Parker, the GM, Chris Mullen, the Hall of Famer, got them to this Sunday by coaching the Rising Stars champion, led by Stephon Castle and Jalen Wells. But it
and
will
Mike
be
Wilkes, with my old buddy Mike Wilkes,
That's right.
the assistant on-floor coach.
But Candace Parker is the GM. Jordan Ott, Cavaliers assistant, will be the head coach. Kenny Atkinson from the East leading Cavaliers will be the head coach for Shaq's OGs. So here's some numbers for you. The average age for Shaq's OGs is 33.1. There are 4 players over 35. LeBron James is a late scratch if you're just joining us, the oldest at age 40. Candace's Rising Stars average age, 21.7. That's 11 and a half years younger. They have 6 rookies, 3 guys in their second year. Amen Thompson, it's a tennis phrase, the lucky loser, who was on a losing team Friday night, but the Rockets' second-year man gets to join Candace's Rising Stars. What must these young guys be feeling right now, looking across the floor at the likes of Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Dame Lillard, James Harden, etc.?
I think the tremendous excitement that they must have felt looking forward to this is now maybe a tiny bit of trepidation because they're looking down, and it's one of those deals when, and I said Mike Wilkes, Jordan Ott, the Cleveland assistant, is the one on-floor coach for this game. At some point he had to tell them, hey, you have this guy, you have that guy, and when that other roster includes 10 former All-Star MVPs, there's no what you would call good matchup right there. Zone wouldn't be a bad idea. Jaylen Brown told our George Sedano maybe they would go zone to, slow the other team down. Zone might be a good idea for Team C. Team C being Chris Mullen and Candace Parker, so aptly named Team C.
14 combined NBA titles with Shaq's OGs, and Steph Curry is the unofficial host of All-Star Weekend. He's out on the floor right now with Shaq, of course, towering over Kevin Hart, but Hart bringing some blistering commentary and getting some good laughs out here with Ernie Johnson leading the way. No LeBron James, no Anthony Davis, the former teammates. James resting a foot and ankle discomfort that he's been dealing with. And Anthony Davis, of course, the unfortunate adductor strain in his first game with the Mavericks, but still a ton of firepower on the floor for Shaq's team.
Normally when you look over at the team bench, it's the assistant coaches, 3 assistant coaches sit in the first row with the trainer and the head coach, and then you get the other players in uniform. Who's that assistant coach sitting behind Kyrie Irving on the OGs over there? He's in street clothes. I don't recognize him. One of the assistants here, directly across from you, see Kevin and see Kyrie, and there's somebody lurking over his.
Is that Mr. LBJ?
Yeah,
I see a tanned hat.
That's 4 championships. You mentioned how many championships. Bron and Steph have 8 of them right there. Throw in KD, there's 2 more.
And not only that, those are the 2 guys that beat the Golden State Warriors, not in this building, but across the bay back in 2016. Let's give you the starting lineups for Shaq's OGs, the backcourt of Steph Curry and Damian Lillard. Up front, it is James Harden, Jason Tatum, and Kevin Durant, by the way, playing in his 15th All-Star game. He is now tied for 4th most with Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Shaquille O'Neal, who just walked off the floor. Candace's Rising Stars. It's Stephon Castle, the MVP of the Rising Stars Friday. Keontae George with the game-winning 3, the second-year Utah Jazz player. Up front, Dalton Knecht, the Lakers rookie. Jalen Wells, outstanding Memphis Grizzlies rookie. And in the middle, fellow Grizzlies rookie at 7'4", Zach Edey.
Well, we got the OGs or Team Beard. We've got some good beards on that team, and we got Team Hair for the young guys. We've got some interesting hairdos on the young guys.
Some of the young guys can't grow a beard yet. They're so young. The tip is won by the young guys. Candace's Rising Stars. And Keontae George, with the clinching shot the other night, finds Zach Edey on the three-point line. Back to George. He shoots over Kevin Durant and hits. And
there's the lead. All right, let the record show they led.
3-0 in favor of Team Candace. And now Shaq's OGs. As Harden finds Curry, free throw line runner, around and down for Steph Curry. Curry, a former All-Star Game MVP. Remember, he had 51 points.
And we got All-Star Game MVPs all over Shaq's squad.
Here is Wells. Corner 3 is a miss. The rebound comes out to Curry. I gave the wrong point. He had 50 in the 22 All-Star Game as Tatum scores its 51 three-pointers in his All-Star career, which is an All-Star Game record.
First lead change here. Hopefully not the last.
Shaq's OGs the lead. Cross-court pass to George. Triple misses. 80 offensive rebound. Knocked away by Tatum from behind. Harden fires down floor to Lillard. He had 2 defenders for the young guys, so he feeds Durant for 3. Missed it and rebounded by Wells. Jalen Wells, a second-round pick, and he's been a find for the Grizzlies. Left-hand dribble through the lane, over Curry, off balance and in for Jalen Wells.
Now, Jalen Wells did a nice job. I had him a bunch of games at Washington State last year. He started at Sonoma State and 1 year at Washington State.
Deep 3, Lillard missed. Long rebound, though, to Curry, who shoots a fading deep 3, and down it goes in front of his adoring fans here in San Francisco.
And well, they should be. A lot of zeros out there. No numbers on the front, but when they all turn around, we got a couple of zeros on both teams.
Dalton Knecht dribbling up the post. Durant chasing him. Knecht shot not there, but Zach Edey, another offensive rebound and a tap in.
When you mentioned the size, Zach Edey, there's nobody on the floor even close to Zach Edey.
Jason Tatum, what, at like 6'10"? Here's Tatum against Edey. He's going to take him off the bounce, the blow-by, and the slam.
I guess K-Dub would be the big man.
Dalton Knecht for the Rising Stars. A 3 is good for the Lakers rookie, and back and forth we go. Rising Stars a 10-9 lead.
I say there's some people who can stroke it from 3. You got to get out and play those guys.
They're not lacking confidence. James Harden, the net barely quivered on that triple.
Speaking of which,
James Harden, who, with Steph Curry, the only other with 3,000 career threes. 12-10, Team Shaq. Edie wheels in the paint. Shot not there. Durant the rebound.
KD defended him.
Here's Curry for three on top. Hits the back iron. Wells rebounds for the Rising Stars. Left to right they go in their white uniforms. Wells against Harden. Gets by him. Drifts to the right. Shoots over Durant. Missed it. KD rebounds. Kevin Durant into the front court. 15-time All-Star. Goes to the right to Lillard, who hits a long three, and the reigning All-Star Game MVP gives Team Shaq a 15-10 lead here at the break.
Good start to the game. No back down at all from the young guys, and enough attention. The OGs are like going out there like, hey, don't let these guys embarrass us. I would even say we got a little bit of defense.
All right. Shaq's OGs, a 15-10 lead over Candace's Rising Stars, our second semifinal. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense if they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports? Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Chuck's Global Stars awaiting a winner for the championship round here at the 74th NBA All-Star Game. It's a mini tournament this year. We're at Chase Center, home of the Warriors, San Francisco. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano with you. And in our second semifinal, Shaq's OGs with a 15-10 lead over Candace's Rising Stars, who did not look nervous at all. We've had a back-and-forth game already, 5 lead changes and a tie.
No, I like it, and no subs yet. They waited for the first time out. They did not do that in our first game, but the OGs, 6 for 9. Shaq's guys, 67%. They made half of their threes, 3 for 6. Much cleaner game. No turnovers yet in the game, and we are still, and hopefully will the entire night, awaiting our first free throw.
That's right.
We don't want to have any free throws mucking up this game.
Looks like Kyrie Irving is going to be, and Jaylen Brown, our first 2 substitutions for Shaq's OGs. Also, Amen Thompson getting his first run. He was the 8th member of Candace's Rising Stars that was added, and also another Warrior on the floor, Trace Jackson Davis, the second-year man from Indiana.
Ryan Dunn should be out there. There he is, yep, in the right-hand corner. So we've got
another really good pick.
They're all on board right now.
Ryan Dunn, the Phoenix Sun, number 28 selection in the last draft. And here comes
Candace's Rising Stars, left to right. Stephon Castle, the hero 2 nights ago, passes to Thompson, sends it out to Dunn. Right wing three goes down. Just like that, the Rising Stars back within 2.
It's a little early for the crowd to start reacting to what the young guys are doing, but if they hang this close, we get up into the high 20s, it'll be interesting.
Jaylen Brown, an air ball out of the right corner for the Celtics All-Star. Stephon Castle has it. Drives against Tatum. Now lifts and connects from 8 feet away. Fading to his left, tying the game. Stephon Castle of the Spurs.
Second tie.
15-15 game. Kevin Durant against Dalton Knecht. Takes him into the lane. Goes over the top. Came up short on the jumper, though, but Kyrie Irving, former Nets teammate, picks it up. Tried to wheel around and score the layup. Missed it, and it goes out of bounds.
Jaylen Brown saying something to the referee here down.
It's hard sometimes to figure out who used to play with who. Curry and Durant played together. Durant and Irving played together.
I may be reading into it, but I swear when Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum have the ball or do something, Dalton Knecht misses. They remember 2022. I think they're still public enemy number 1, the Celtics, in this building.
Kyrie Irving with a layup to give Shaq's OGs a 2-point lead. Castle, great move on Tatum to get by. They're going to count the bucket on a missed dunk.
That would have been a 50 last night had he made it. Steph Castle, who was in the dunk contest, but just hit the back of the rim and up to the...
he was pointing at the shot clock, TJ.
He saw 24-second clock.
So no basket there.
He got a piece of it.
Curry for 3.
Over his teammate. Trace Jackson Davis closes on him.
He's like, I like it better when I just work with you in practice.
Yeah, and he knew better than to block it. He might have been on the trade block instantly.
20-15. Shaq's OG's the lead. Rising Stars of Ben Thompson. Drives passes to the right. Jackson Davis in the lane. Turns and scores right at the rim.
Just going up right in front of us.
Curry from the left hash. Missed it. We saw him take about 7 or 8 straight shots and made them all pure from that
the rim.
Thompson, escape dribble behind the back. Takes it between the back. Underneath, but missed the shot.
Beautiful.
And Steph Curry's outlet got tipped and stolen. Ryan Dunn pulls for 3. Missed it. Right there, Thompson to grab and put it in.
That's what he does. He's an excellent offensive rebounder. 2.7 offensive boards a game for Ben Thompson.
20-19, Shaq's OGs. Right now led by Kevin Durant. Catch and shoot 3 is a miss. And Ben Thompson rebounds.
You got a chance for another lead change, Cash.
Rising Stars looking for the lead, and there it is. Thompson, a great pass down low to Dalton Knecht for the flush. Young guys came to play.
Yes, they did.
21 years of age average. Here's Tatum. Hesitation, gets by Jackson Davis and scores to put the Shaq OGs in front. Stephon Castle driving hard on Jaylen Brown. Got a hand in his face, deflected the shot.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown did not want... Steph Castle was thinking dunk.
Tatum going behind him, thought Kyrie Irving was there. Irving saved it before half court, but turns it over.
Look out.
Castle runs into Kyrie Irving as he was going up to try to dunk it.
Yeah, Steph Castle's upset. He's looking at Kevin Scott.
On the other end, Kevin Durant flushes it with a right hand.
He didn't let him jump, and they didn't make the call. Kyrie just slapped Steph Castle 5, said, hey, nothing personal.
Do the whistles work?
Yeah, exactly.
24-21, Shaq's OGs.
Connection to fire a 3.
There it is from the left, on its way and in, and we're tied at 24.
I'm liking it, Cash.
I think the Lakers are happy they got Knecht back. The rescinded Mark Williams trade. Here's Kyrie Irving, isolated left side. Step back jumper missed. Rebound, Stephon Castle. Rising Stars looking for the lead. Castle getting by Brown. Layup good. 26-24, Rising Stars. Here comes Steph Curry into the front court. Oh, nice behind the back. To his right. Three-pointer missed. Offensive board. Kyrie Irving ties the game with a layup.
I would like to be a fly in the Shaq OG huddle at the next time out because there's going to be, I'm not saying concern, but there's going to be, hey, guys, we got to straighten this out.
Kyrie Irving with a steal at half court and leads Jaylen Brown to the bucket for a basket. It'll take us to a timeout as Shaq's OGs have the lead.
I said if it's close when it gets to the high 20s, it's high 20s, and it is close.
All right, timeout here in San Francisco.
Jack's OGs with a 28-26 lead over Candace's Rising Stars. And this is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
She stole $6 million
From the award-winning podcast,
I'm Lacey Mosley.
a new true crime series.
They call me Scam Goddess. I'm going on a journey across America to dive into small-town swindles
How can you not trust this local farm girl?
and big city cons. People pimping the congregation. People say that would never happen to me. Never say never.
Scam Goddess, new episodes Thursdays. Stream on Hulu.
It's time to take your shot with the Year of You Scholarship at National University. Score up to $6,000 annually toward a bachelor's or master's degree. With 4- and 8-week courses and flexible online options, you can stay in the game while you study and get free tutoring, career counseling, and more to help you succeed. Make this your year and apply by February 28th at nu.edu. That's nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlosimo, George Sedano with you here at Chase Center, our second semifinal, first ever NBA All-Star mini tournament. Chuck's Global Stars already into the championship, and PJ, we have a major upset on our hands right now. The Candace's Rising Stars are hanging in there with Shaq's OGs, who have two 30,000-point scores, though LeBron's not playing tonight. 3 of the top 13 all-time scores in the history of the game. 28-26 OGs right now with the lead.
I'm loving it. Every player has scored for both teams. 8 points, Dalton Knecht leading the young guys. Jason Tatum with 6. Steph Curry with 8 for the OGs. I want to know if George Sedano is going to interview these, how would you call those, AI dogs or whatever?
They robotic-looking dogs. The legs are incredibly lifelike the way they walk. We're not far from Silicon Valley, just down the road here from
Georgie's
San
legs are
Francisco.
tired. George had a hard workout today in the gym. His legs are a little bit sore. Maybe you can talk to one of these artificial intelligence.
Yep.
I'm calling them dogs. They look like dogs. We almost lost our monitor to one of them.
We're all safe here, and now the OGs are back on the floor in their aqua uniforms.
James Harden gets a hug from Amen Thompson. The guys that are on the same team together are not going to embarrass each other.
Ben Thompson, by the way, the Thompson twins both were in the Rising Stars game, both born in Oakland and lived in the Bay Area until they moved to Florida for high school, so homecoming for Men Thompson and company.
Dame Lillard.
Mr. Oakland wearing the letter 0.
Yep.
The letter O, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. O
on his uniform. And Shaq's OGs with just a 2-point lead. 28-26, the Rising Stars will bring it up out of the timeout.
Some three-quarter court pressure from the OGs.
By Kyrie Irving, who picked off a pass last time down. And here's a near skill by Brown. In fact, it is on the short pass at half court. Brown's got it for the OGs, and his pass knocked out of bounds nicely by Keontae George on an attempt for Damian Lillard.
And Kenny Atkinson said, hey, guys, this is the way we do it in Cleveland. We pick up, we turn you over, then we run and score. His team seems to have bought in. Mr. Harden inbounding the ball from the dead corner of the court.
Count is on, gets it into Curry as he drives toward the basket, passes to the corner to Irving, sends it behind him to Curry. His three-pointer pops out. Kyrie nearly had an offensive rebound. Rising Stars the other way. Wells, the rookie from Memphis, into the corner. Dunn. The Suns rookie missed. His ball is loose perimeter and picked up by the OG's Kyrie Irving. Irving negotiating three different players. Pass to the corner, stolen that time by Dunn.
I'm telling you what, it's gotten more physical, the defense by the OGs. They're banging them pretty good.
With this format they were hoping for, and they've tied the game as Ryan Dunn on the left-hand layup ties it at 28.
And JB's going to the rim.
The back down Wells, now a fadeaway one-legger. Good for the lead from the Celtics All-Star. Shaq's OG's 10 points away, 30-28.
Man brings it up.
Ben Thompson at 6 feet 7 inches behind the back against Kyrie Irving. Now flings the ball to the right side. Deontay George has it, goes off the foot of Curry and Karam's out of bounds.
It's called by Trey.
Trey Maddox, one of our three officials, with Kevin Scott and Eric Dalen. This is like legit basketball here.
Yes, it is. I'm telling you, look, watch the banging. Anybody tries to go forward, he gets a forearm.
George with 6 to shoot, rises over Brown, missed the three. Curry going for the rebound, has it. Head up, sends it down to Brown, who's wide open for the two-hand stuff. Shaq OG's leading by 4.
Yeah, the young guys are going to have to make some perimeter shots because it's going to get hard when they attempt to get into the paint.
42-28, Shaq's OG's. Here come the Rising Stars. Pass inside, intended for Trace Jackson-Davis, got poked away. And here come the OG's the other way. Kyrie Irving sends it skyward toward the rim where Brown collects and stuffs.
Strong response out of the timeout by the OGs.
On the other end, Dunn receives a pass, got fouled, and able to guide it through.
I can't say record the minutes, Testy, but we're going to have an event right now. We're going to have our first free throw, I believe.
We had 0 free throws in the first semi, and we have no clock, but we're already in the 30-point range.
Let's go with 6:42 Pacific time.
There you go. That's an actual time. 34-30, Shaq's OGs, as Kevin Durant will come in to replace
JB, who was
Jaylen Brown. They get a 30,000-point scorer as KD a couple of days ago. Became only the 8th member of that exclusive club. And Ryan Dunn, the Suns' rookie, three-point play.
One possession game.
34-31. Shaq's OGs 6 points away. Here's Damian Lillard trying to cut it in half. Three-pointer, and now they're 3 points away.
I just looked at those. They call them aqua or blue uniforms. Look at those shooters. Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Damian Lillard.
37-31 for Shaq's OGs. So the Rising Stars have a comeback. Here's a pass to Dalton Connect, the rookie from the Lakers, against Curry. Hand in his face, three on its way short, off the rim, long rebound. The Rising Stars keep. Poked out of bounds by Kyrie Irving. Rising Stars basketball.
Ryan Dunn's done a nice job. He's been active. He's got the boards, and he knocked some baskets down. JT gets the warm-up off. They didn't like the three-point shooting enough. Who could he possibly be coming in for?
I know they're all looking around. Who's Jason Tatum coming in for? Lillard's like, no, I hit threes to end games. I'm not coming out. Kyrie Irving will head to the bench. Yeah, Dame was like, you heard about Dame time, right? I stay in. Inbound to Stephon Castle. He's got a three on its way, no good. Lillard's got the rebound, and Shaq's OGs need a three to win it. There's Lillard at half court. Lillard against Dunn. Lillard passes to Harden. Harden on the right wing, dribbles, gets it back to Durant. Durant to Curry for the win from the right hash, missed the three, and rebounded by Connect.
We need a three here, young guys.
They go over the top. Nice catch by Thompson, but couldn't finish, and Curry's got it.
It ain't happening inside.
Curry went to the three-point line, and his pass to Lillard got batted out of bounds by Castle.
Good thing Castle did deflect that because James Harden was going to be the wide-open recipient of that pass.
37-31, Shaq's OGs inbound to Kevin Durant. We play to 40. Durant on the right. Bounce pass to Curry. Behind the back bounce pass. Outside to Durant. A three. No.
no good. Lillard an offensive rebound. Tried to hit Durant, but it went through his
way
hand.
to end that would have been.
On the other end, and then Thompson stuffs it, and the Rising Stars are down 4.
That was some exchange the last time down for the OGs. That would have been a classic way to finish that game.
37-33. They need a 3 to win.
Ryan Dunn's trying to be all over Steph.
On the left wing, Curry steps back. 3 on its way. Missed it. Just picked the rim.
Well defended.
He took 2 hops on that side step.
Former Providence Friar.
37-33. The Rising Stars down in possession. Keontae George for 3. Missed it. And here come the OGs. Down to Lillard. Receives the pass at the right hash. Hits Durant, who stops. And Shaq's OGs 1 point away. 39-33. As Stephon Castle splits a double and finger rolls it in. Got right by Tatum and Hart. Shaq's OGs can clinch it here with a bucket.
But unfortunately, a 2 or a 3. He just got a little tougher to defend.
Lillard breaks down, connect, elbow jumper, not there, and the Rising Stars are still alive.
Give me a 3, guys.
39-35, Team Shaq.
Steph Castle or Ryan Dunn with a 3.
Dunn's got it right now against Harden. Right side to Castle, well beyond the arc. Dribbles to the 3-point arc. Step back over Durant. Missed it wide left. OGs could win it. Tatum ahead to Durant. Durant had double team collapse on him and slapped out of bounds by Ryan Dunn, his Phoenix Suns teammate.
Kevin's upset. He feels he was fighting. You know what happened? Kevin was ahead of the refs. The refs were not even close to him. Watching the replay right now. 1 foul by Steph Castle. Not a foul by Ryan Dunn, but
Castle definitely got his arm.
Whacked him right across the arm.
Well, at least the game won't end at the free throw line. The inbound, well, now it might, as the inbound to Tatum. He got fouled.
That's the second in the last, what's considered the last 2 minutes.
When we hit 32 points.
Yeah. I don't know if the refs are aware of the rule. You should be shooting free throws.
Instead, it's going to be side out of bounds. You're right. Kevin Durant is really not happy.
Oh, no. He's up. These guys, seriously.
He's playing hoops. Inbound to Durant, spitting fadeaway miss, offensive rebound Lillard. They only need a point. Out to the logo to Curry. Fires to Harden, into the corner Tatum. Checks his feet, shoots the 3, missed it, and the Rising Stars have the rebound. Lillard got in there, though, and tied up. Keontae George will have a jump ball.
We got to go to the clock again at 6:49. We have our first jump ball. It didn't start the game. Who's Dame going against? Connect?
It's going to be Keontae George.
Keontae George.
39-35. Shaq's OGs against Candace's Rising Stars. Waiting on a jump ball to our left. It's tapped by Lillard, controlled by Durant. Durant out at the logo. Passes to Lillard. Lillard, topside 3, good! And Shaq's OGs advancing. Game time once again, this time back in the Bay in his hometown. And Shaq's OGs will advance to face Chuck's Global Stars in our championship.
Heck of an effort by the young guys. Candace Parker, Chris Mullen, Jordan Ott. Those young guys did a really, really good job. Steph Curry going over now and lead the handshake.
Kevin Durant is still upset over this, PJ. He's having a spirited conversation with Trey Maddox. Well, the guys came out to play, and if we're playing, let's call it.
I'm telling you, they ratcheted up the intensity after that final timeout. They said, hey, enough's enough. These guys did a nice job hanging around. Let's put them out of their misery. And it wasn't as easy as they thought it was going to be, even at the end. And what happened on that breakaway, the refs, look at Kevin. Kevin's going over to talk to Eric Dallin and Kevin Scott right now. He's really hot.
There's an actual college-style lineup of the Rising Stars to shake hands, but you're right, Kevin is very upset on the other end.
You were talking, and Kevin would not mind me saying it, I hope our audience does. That is the ultimate gym rat.
Yes.
We're going to play, we're going to keep score, and I'm going to win. And he got fouled. I mean, it wasn't a borderline foul. He got chopped across the arm, and the refs weren't in position to see it. And KD was really upset.
And Kevin Durant now will head toward the locker room as we get set, and they will have a short rest.
I don't know about that.
That's true. We are going to have some entertainment in between.
theoretically short rest.
Chuck's global stars have had much more time to rest. Damian Lillard hit the game winner, standing by with George Sedano.
Thanks, guys. So, Dame, you hit the game winner here in your hometown. What was that like?
I mean, anytime you get in these situations where, we had a target,
They all said they won.
it gets to that last possession of the game or whatever, I'm always going to want to be a part of it. I know I'm out here with Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players, Steph Curry, James Harden, all of them. So I made a couple other plays. I'm crashing the glass. I ended up, setting the screen on KD, caused some confusion. He made a great play like great players do, and I was able to get a clean look.
And you caused a jump ball. You guys were playing defense out there. It felt like the intensity was more ratcheted up than maybe in years past.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a playoff game, but it wasn't just a little layup line, getting dunks and wide open threes. It's a little bit more entertaining than it has been for a while now. We got to keep it that way.
All right, now you guys are a little undersized. Jaylen Brown and I were talking about that pregame. You're facing Wemby and Jokic. How do you guys manage that one now?
We just got to gang rebound. We got to put a body on those dudes, and we got to run them up and down the floor. Their size, they're going to try to use it to their advantage by probably crashing the glass and being in the paint. And for us, we got to make it a fast game because we know they can't keep up with us.
Well, Dame, congrats and good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, George, thank you very much. And we'll keep George open. His mic open here.
Georgie, we can't read lips over here. Kesty and I were looking over. Were you in that? Was Kevin asking Trey Maddox and Eric Dale and Kevin Scott if they wanted to go out to dinner tonight?
No, PJ, he was not asking them that. That's for sure. What he was talking to them about was, come on, guys, you guys got to do a better job. He slapped me in the arm. It was obvious. And he said, look, you got to protect guys out here. It's an all-star game. What if it would have been something more serious? You know what I mean? So you got to call it like you see it and call what's fair. And look, he has a point. I mean, you guys talked about it during the broadcast, and the officials are like, all right, we got it. They were not trying to engage, but he would not relent in that situation.
No, hey, it's a testament to the change in attitude, as you heard from Damian Lillard, too, under this format, and also facing a very young team that they were heavily favored on paper with all the great resumes to get by, and the Rising Stars hung tough.
That's the dynamic we would have never had if they didn't introduce this new format, and it worked out. For one night, it worked out. And I'm telling you what, Kes, we noticed, we kept talking here, after that timeout, when the score was, at 28, when there was a timeout?
26, yep.
Without question, it got a lot more physical. The young guys wouldn't say, I guarantee you, the young guys would have said something to the refs, too, like, hey, what happened? All of a sudden, we got forearms every time we went to the basket. Their only chance to win was to make some perimeter threes, because they weren't getting anything going to the rim.
All right, so the winner of the 74th NBA All-Star Game will be either Shaq's OGs or Chuck's Global Stars. Two of the biggest stars missing. Giannis Antetokounmpo not able to play with the calf strain. LeBron James was a scratch about an hour before the game, but a ton of firepower. You heard George talk about it with Dame Lillard. Much bigger size advantage for Chuck's Global Stars over Shaq's OGs, but it's a great matchup to have here in this championship play in the 40s.
Oh, it's a fantastic matchup, and I'm telling you, I love the way Shai Gilgeous was perfect. Didn't miss a shot. Was great. But I'm loving Nikola Jokic with his passing and Wemby all over the place. Rebounding, blocking shots, making shots, running the floor. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game.
Well, it should be a lot of fun, and we'll have that for you coming up. A little more entertainment going on here at Chase Center in San Francisco. And then our championship game, Shaq's OGs against Chuck's Global Stars. We'll have it for you coming up next. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
I'm Grant, and I'm your new bachelor.
ABC Mondays.
Is this real? Is he real?
The Bachelor is back, and the ladies are head over heels.
Tall, handsome, smart. He's perfect.
It's an all-new season of romance.
I'm 110% ready to fall in love. My love story is going to happen.
And, of course, drama.
Other girls are dating my boyfriend. You act like you don't care. He knows how I feel.
I did not know how hard this was going to be.
The Bachelor. Mondays, 8/7 Central on ABC. And stream on Hulu.
You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball reminding you the 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Game 2 in the books as well. Shaq's OGs, Candace's Rising Stars, and it was Dame time late.
Here's Damian Lillard trying to cut it in half. Three-pointer, yup, and now they're 3 points away.
I just looked at those, we call them aqua or blue uniforms. Look at those shooters. Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Damian Lillard.
37-31 for Shaq's OGs.
Yeah, last season's All-Star MVP got him within 3 of the clincher and figured, why not me?
Durant out at the logo. Passes to Lillard. Lillard, topside three, good! And Shaq's OGs advancing. Game time once again, this time back in the Bay in his hometown. And Shaq's OGs will advance to face Chuck's Global Stars in our championship.
There you have it, Marquez Fisher. Dame 9 points on 3 threes. The Celtics duo, Brown and Tatum, combined for 14. Steph had 8 on his home court. Shaq's OGs get a 42-35 win over Kansas's Rising Stars. Dalton Knecht, Ryan Dunn, each with 8 in defeat. Again, Chuck's Global Stars, the title game against Shaq's OGs. Again, earlier today, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver sat down with our PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kessisher, and this, among other things, he had insight on the potential of expansion down the road in the NBA.
Interesting to get your take on this. I know it's only one man's opinion, but Draymond Green had made some headlines yesterday at his media session talking about how the Stars don't get the same officiating treatment, the play's not as physical, there's too many threes. Do you have reaction to that reaction?
I love Draymond. I was with him at a elementary school on Friday. It was part of our day of service, and we had a nice conversation. I think Draymond, everyone's aware he wants to play a very, very physical game. And it's the sentiment of the league, not just me. We have a competition committee, and the Players Association is part of that, while we appreciate the energy he brings to the game, we're also as focused on athleticism and skill and don't want it to become overly physical. And I felt he was reacting really more to sort of a little pushback on his particular style. So he's entitled to his opinion, but he's a provocateur. He has his own podcast, and he's clever and knows how to get attention.
I know you're happy that I live in Seattle, about as far away from Fifth Avenue as can be, but a week doesn't go by for me, or a couple days, that they want to know, what does the league feel about expansion? Where is that right now? Has it changed, and what does the future hold?
I do love Seattle, PJ, as you know, and you and I together were there for many years of NBA basketball, and our dream is to return to Seattle at some point. What I said earlier this year, we want to work through some existing team transactions right now. We have a situation in Minnesota. I'd like to see that get resolved. It's no secret the Celtics are for sale, but I think then we're going to turn our attention to expansion again. We have been, modeling it at the league office. I mean, just real quickly, I mean, it's dilution, not just in terms of talent with two more teams, but if you have a long-term television deal, then you have two more partners in which you're sharing the economics with, so you have to work that through in determining what the value of the expansion team would be. But there's certainly no lack of interest in Seattle and several other markets as well. And I, just in fairness to the process, including from people I know in Seattle or people from other markets who've asked for meetings, what we're saying is we will run an open and transparent process, and don't want to have backroom conversations. So we're being very open about that. But we will turn in the next few months back to considering expansion again.
In our remaining moments with Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner here at All-Star break, you can't control injuries. Obviously, LeBron James not going to be able to play tonight with some ankle and foot discomfort. Is it just disappointing to not be able to see him out there in a record 21st All-Star game?
It's always incredibly frustrating. I mean, for any All-Star not to be able to play, but I think in particular LeBron. On the other hand, I recognize, nobody has paid his dues more to the league and to the fans than LeBron has. So I understand it. I spoke to him in the locker room when he arrived tonight, and he feels terrible about the fact he can't play. But I think there's also recognition on a 4-year-old's body. We don't want to create unnecessary risk. But having said that, I think LeBron was the first to say he's excited about this new format. He's looking forward to giving some of the young guys those extra minutes, and he'll be cheering from the sidelines.
Always appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of All-Star Weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Thank you, PJ.
Yeah, Shaq's OGs, that was LeBron's team into the finals. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Juan Soto is a New York Met. Every Mets game can be heard right here. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Coming up next on NBA All-Star Mid-Game, a look back at some of the top All-Star moments from years gone by. You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Friends, don't let your neck, back, joint, or nerve pain slow you down from doing all the things you love. It's time to reclaim your active lifestyle. Call our friend Dr. Jay Shaw today at Samuel Payne.
Dr. Shaw is a double board certified, Ivy League trained pain and spine specialist who treats joint, neck, back, sciatica, and nerve pain. Procedures involve no cuts, no scars, no incisions, or downtime.
Call Dr. Jay Shaw to take a non-surgical approach with precise image-guided procedures without pain medications. Enjoy life pain-free. Same day and next day appointments available.
Go to SamwellPain.com. Put an end to your pain and suffering today. Why wait any longer? Make your appointment with Dr. Jay Shaw. Go to SamwellPain.com now.
Regain your active lifestyle and enjoy all of your favorite activities pain-free. Samuel Payne now has 3 convenient locations in Woodbridge, Livingston, and the brand new office in Englewood to serve Bergen County.
Visit SamwellPain.com. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Most major insurances are accepted.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn, or call 718-WINDOWS.
College basketball is gearing up, and fans are ready to see which teams will prove they're ready to shine in March and who will be seen in San Antonio. You can get in on all the action from tip-off to the final whistle at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, ESPN Bet Sportsbook customers can bet $10 to get $100 in bonus bets and unlock 30 days of ESPN Plus. Download the app and sign up with promo code RADIO100 to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball reminding you, 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. We've mentioned this is the 74th All-Star Game. The previous 73. Here's a look back at some of the more memorable All-Star moments.
1:53 on the clock. Michael Jordan gets the basket. He's got 34 points. and has just about had that seal on the MVP award here. Gets the rebound, and they can cut it to 7, but a loose ball, and Jordan winds up with it. Ewing, the All-Star scoring mark. Jordan, 38 points, and plays and thundering plays like this. Showtime in Orlando, the final second.
Michael says, you're not getting it.
Yes, he is. 6, 5, three-pointer. Yes! Oh, my! Ladies and gentlemen, you just can't orchestrate it better than that. But when you're great, you deliver on cue. 3 straight praise for Johnson at the end of the game. 1 falling away. And his mother and father, Urban Sr. from Lansing, Michigan, there to lead the cheers.
LeBron takes it out front, goes line, lane, down the middle, hooks it up and in. 66-59, LeBron with 31. They flat out can't stop him.
Rebound, Brand following the lane. Rimming, no, and O'Neal snaps down the rebound for the Heat. LeBron James storms down the lane, puts it in with the left hand. A Jordan-like showing dunk, then came back with the left hand and scored. The West has it in play, leading by 15. Bryant out front. Bryant with a lob pass into O'Neal. Shaq at the rim, 2-hand jam. They're playing to the big man.
Yes, indeed. And it's Kobe Bryant who's initiating these plays.
And now Kobe Bryant feeding Shaq in from the right. He lays it in. So an assist by Bryant to Shaquille O'Neal.
Join me in congratulating Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal as the co-MVP of the 2009 NBA All-Star Game.
It was fun, for us to interact like that. It's just fun. We're just having fun, in terms of being nostalgic,
And I told him to be sure that, it felt like old times. Missed those times. He was really looking for me.
But we're not like going to go back to the room and watch Steel Magnolias or something like that.
All angles right. Whips the pass into the left corner to Durant, and he's 6 and 3. 32 for Durantula. Nowitzki the rebound. 8 seconds. Ahead to Durant. Durant driving down the lane for the slam with the right hand. 34 for Kevin Durant.
I was just there myself, man, and it's my 3rd year, but I feel like I belong now. And everybody was out there feeding me the ball, man, and it's not just me. These guys here, man, they sacrifice, some shots for guys in this All-Star game, and it feels good to become the MVP.
James to Curry. He wants it deeper. This one from the logo. Another 40-footer. Another 3 for Curry. 12 for the All-Star game. And now Curry brings it across half court. Blows into his hands to get him warm. Lines up a 39-footer and drains another. His 14th triple of the All-Star game. Now to Jokic. No look past Giannis. Thought about a 3. Gives it to Curry. He knows where his bread is buttered. And Curry drains his 15th 3 of the All-Star game. Jared Allen grabs it. Gives it to Curry. Curry pulls for 3 and nailed it again. His 16th, 48 points.
Absolutely. But the guys are shaking their head on the bench. The All-Stars, coaches and players. Every time he knocks them down, they're just shaking his head, going like, "You believe this?"
Iconic All-Star moments from iconic all-time players in the NBA. Coming up next in the NBA All-Star mid-game, look back at how Shaq's OGs reached the finals. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
Dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Easy there. There's a better way to NBA with the NBA app.
Wait, really?
Follow your favorite teams and the league's brightest stars. Be on the ball with real-time stats and scores.
Yeah?
And go behind all the drama with new docs and shows.
Are you kidding?
Catch every swish, dunk, and bucket. All of this, all in one place, all for free.
Thank you.
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little.
Start today at Empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Why would we trade our best player?
Well, at least you got to watch him in person when he was here.
I named my only son after him.
So you'll always remember his name.
Yeah, but what do I do with this jersey?
Luckily, the company has a great return policy.
I wore it for 6 seasons.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Durant out at the logo. Passes to Lillard. Lillard, topside three, good! And Shaq's OG's advancing. Game time once again, this time back in the Bay in his hometown. And Shaq's OG's will advance to face Chuck's Global Stars in our championship.
And last year's All-Star MVP Damian Lillard with his third three seals the deal. Shaq's OGs advancing to the title game against Chuck's Global Stars. Coming up next on NBA All-Star Mid-Game, it's the title game capping All-Star Weekend. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like the clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time to take your shot with the Year of You Scholarship at National University. Score up to $6,000 annually toward a bachelor's or master's degree. With 4- and 8-week courses and flexible online options, you can stay in the game while you study and get free tutoring, career counseling, and more to help you succeed. Make this your year and apply by February 28th at nu.edu. That's nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball reminding you the 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. It's Shaq's OGs, Chuck's Global Stars, the two veteran teams in the finals. Let's go back to the Chase Center with George Sedano, PJ Carlesimo, and Mark Kestisher.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. And looking forward to this matchup. We started with 24 All-Stars, the rising stars as well. But you take out one of the All-Star teams, and we're down to 15 All-Stars that are available to play. No Anthony Davis, no LeBron James for Shaq's OGs, no Giannis Antetokounmpo for Chuck's Global Stars. We should mention James resting the foot and ankle injuries.
Yep.
So arrived, had a press conference today, never got into uniform, and was a scratch. Anthony Edwards, by the way, in that very first game, he was playing for Kenny's Young Stars. He was in the lineup. He was an even later scratch. Turned out it was a groin issue that he's been dealing about. And we saw Giannis and two of his young children right here. He's getting ready for the strained calf. But looking forward to 15 outstanding All-Stars. We've got two really good semifinals. Interesting to see if we can get that same kind of competition here in the championship.
I hope so. You're not going to have that dynamic of we can't lose to these guys. You can look across the way here. No embarrassment losing to either of these teams, but they did not want to lose to the young guys, so to speak. Not Kenny's young guys, the real young guys. So this one I think is going to be more interesting. I'm looking kind of the big and small. Not that the team is that small, but the one team is enormous with Nikola Jokic, Alperen Şengün, Victor Wembanyama, and Karl Anthony Towns like the fourth big on that team. The Shaq's guys aren't quite as big, but they got some firepower.
Well, Kevin Durant's the tallest guy. He just flexed his muscles as he out-jumped Karl Anthony Towns to win the opening tap. We're playing the 40 in the championship game. Steph Curry, a running three-pointer, goes down 3-0 early for Shaq's OG.
Pascal Siakam was out guarding him, saying, "You're not going to get it free." He just went right by him with his left hand, and that was a long runner.
It was.
That wasn't like an in-the-paint runner.
As Mitchell, the Cavaliers All-Star, tries to answer with a three, can't. Steph has the rebound. He had 6 rebounds in the first game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see. Usually you can tell the guys who want to be MVP because they kind of look for shots a little more than others.
Curry, a long three up top, just off target this time, rebounded by Donovan Mitchell, who's got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic and Cat and Siakam with him. Three-pointer from the right, no good for Shai. Offensive rebound, Jokic, who was fouled from behind. And, well, Kevin Durant had a smile on his face to start the game, but he's upset again.
Well, he's saying, yeah, now you blow the whistle. Where was that last game? And he's right. Nikola exploded up on his toes that time to get the rebound. And yes, you're dead right, Testy. 8 points, 6 boards for Steph Curry in our first game.
Only the second free throw all night as Jokic misses the first of 2. Nikola Jokic having another amazing season. He's 0.2 of a point off a 30-point triple-double at the All-Star break. And he missed 2 free throws.
Yeah, he's only averaging 29-8, 12-6 boards, and 10.2 assists.
And shooting 45% from 3.
Don't forget the steals. 4th in steals. 2nd in assists.
Tatum drives and glides to the rim and flushes it home. Shaq's OGs with an early 5-0 lead. Chuck's Global All-Stars, who had to probably wait a little more than an hour before getting the second game. Karl Anthony Towns, a 3-0, an offensive rebound. Jokic to Mitchell, who goes behind the arc, missing a 3 from the left. Cap Siakam, no, who chases it down on the far right wing. Now feeds Cat. Sends it down low to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the left wing, Mitchell, right by the break, missed the 3, and finally the OGs have it. 4:01 break, but they throw it away as Curry tried to find James Harden down the right side.
Steph threw an underhand pass that was maybe a tad casual. Nikola Jokic has already spent more time in the paint than he does in a normal Denver game.
Gilgeous-Alexander missing a 3 from the right and rebounded by Shaq's OGs. They're 0 for 7 to start the game, Chuck's team. Here's a three-pointer. Lillard missed it. Offensive rebound underneath the basket by Curry. Outside Tatum, wide open, look at a triple. He buries it, and it's 8-0 for Shaq's OG.
Timeout here shortly.
Chuck's Global Stars have missed all 7 of their shots early. Mitchell puts it at the rim, missed it, 0 for 8. Tapped by Karl Anthony Towns, missed, 0 for 9, and rebounded by Harden.
Are you counting the 2 free throws too, Kes?
Good point. Tatum to the right wing, intended for Lillard, and batted away by Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, a complete offer for Chuck's Global Stars here. We only played a 40, so you can't get too far behind early.
They already are too far behind.
8-0 in favor of Shaq's OGs. We're playing for the championship of this All-Star mini-tournament. Inbound to Lillard, thought about a 3, goes to Tatum, catching suit. Triple, good, 11-0 for Shaq's OGs.
Mark Daigneault feels these guys are all right, and he knows he's got Shai Gilgeous.
who drives, got fouled, tried to reverse layup, missed it, and now they'll go to the line, see if they can get their first points.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Shea Gilgis is going to make at least one of these two.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the leading scorer in the league, 32.5.
And the number 8 free throw shooter in the league at .895.
First one is good. There's the first point.
On the board.
After an 11-0 start to the game for Shaq's OGs. The other number you see with all these Oklahoma City All-Stars and even their non-All-Stars is their steals numbers. Gilgis at nearly 2 steals per game and a missed free throw, split the pair. Mark Degnault, their head coach, gave a great stat about they are 4 of the top 10 charges taken team in the league. Oklahoma City leaders in the West.
They lead in an awful lot of categories, offensively and defensively.
Harden missing on a step-back 3. Cats got it. An 80-foot pass to Jokic down floor. Sends it to Mitchell. Takes the 3. Missed it. A late contest by Irving from behind. And then Irving's outlet goes out of bounds looking for Curry. Chuck's Global Stars will keep.
Here comes the timeout. Mark Degnault was waiting for a quiet time.
Mark Degnault, the Oklahoma City head coach and coach of Chuck's Global Stars. And right now, they got a big hole to climb. Shaq's OGs, 11-1 lead early in the championship. You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Hey everyone, looking for some fun and excitement? You've got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling online social casino games anytime, anywhere. Like bingo, blingo, slots, and solitaire. Whether you're chilling at home or on the go, get in on the action. Play now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Defy expectations with Optimum Fiber and get our best internet at our best price, starting at just $40 a month. Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us with faster speed. Opt in to Optimum. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. For new residential customers, price effects, auto pay, and paperless bill discount, price lock, and prepaid card require 8 gig internet. Wi-Fi speeds may vary. 90 days continuous service required for prepaid card. Additional terms apply. Optimum.com for details.
Peter Rosenberg here to tell you about my friends over at Bath Fitter. They remodeled my bath and did an incredible job that was customized for my specific needs. The process was easy. One expert installer was done in a day. No demo, no mess. Bath Fitter is a permanent high-quality solution with a lifetime guarantee. 3 million happy customers like me lock in 2024 pricing and get 0% interest for 30 months. So start designing your bath today like I did at BathFitterDesign.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
Ready for a major Metropolitan Division matchup at UBS Arena as the New York Islanders prepare to take on their cross-island rivals, the New York Rangers.
Noah Dobson opens up with a shot and he scores!
Be part of the action on Tuesday, February 25th, and lock in your seats to this big game by visiting NewYorkIslanders.com. That's NewYorkIslanders.com.
Listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
We have an NBA All-Star mini tournament for the first time at the 74th NBA All-Star Game. Chase Center, San Francisco. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano with you. John Medani, our producer, our coordinating producer, Pete Saccone with us. Al Rosenberg, Dave Sniff, our engineers. Been a terrific night in the first 2 semifinals. Both games contested heavily, went down to the wire, but in our championship game, Shaq's OGs out to an 11-1 lead, and it's an over outside of a free throw.
Yes, let me check your Syracuse highly educated.
Oh, please don't.
Mr. McDonough, our colleague at ESPN often refers to it as what the Harvard on the Hudson. Harvard on the Hudson.
Near the Hudson.
A little bit optimistic, but nonetheless, come up with the percentages. The Chucksters are 0 for 10 from the field.
I won't look at the box score.
All right.
That's a 0.0.
They are 0 for 6 from the three-point line.
Yeah, 0.0.
Here's the tough one now. 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
Okay, you got a quarter of the time. So, 25%.
How about those numbers?
Those aren't good numbers early on. We have a handoff going on here at center court, and what that is, they have the All-Star logo for Los Angeles built up at half court. And you have Steph Curry, of course, the host of All-Star Weekend San Francisco, and James Harden of the Los Angeles Clippers, and that will be the 2026 NBA All-Star Game at the brand new Intuit Dome in Los Angeles coming up next February. And so the Clippers will be the host this time next year in that beautiful new building, and we look forward to that one. And we also know Phoenix is on the clock in a couple of years.
Looking forward to that also. How about for the Global Stars? Obviously, only one player has scored. That was Shai Gilgeous. There's only 2 have scored for the OGs. 3 points for Steph Curry. 8. Jason Tatum with a little bit of leg up. He was the All-Star MVP not that long ago in 2023. He's got making a little early run here, and hey, don't forget about me when you vote for MVP.
Handoff just ended with James Harden. There was a button on top of the logo, and it activates the clock that says 363 days, 18 hours, 34 minutes, and approaching 0 seconds until we're in Los Angeles for All-Stars, the 75th NBA All-Star Game next year in Los Angeles. Always great to see all the luminaries who show up. You've described Dr. J sitting 2 seats to our left. Oscar Robertson, who we looked up now, 86 years of age. I would have never guessed. Looks incredible.
AI, Rick Barry.
Allen Iverson. Tracy McGrady shot a 3-pointer during one of the
walked
breaks.
by, the ball came to him. He said, I'll just fire this up, and knocked it right in. His cousin, Vince Carter, has been very much in attendance, and that impressed because we watched them. They're the enemy, so to speak, but a little bit of nostalgia. The last All-Star game for TNT, but you forget in laughing at them and listening to them just how great Shaq and Charles were as players. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Not to slight Kenny Smith, who was a heck of a player, won 2 championships at Houston. But I mean, Shaq and Charles all over the place when you start listing MVPs and the things they've accomplished so far. Forget what great players they were. Also, Reggie Miller sitting all right. Candace Parker. No shortage of talent around this court, no question.
Shaquille O'Neal, the dominant center of his era, went into the Hall of Fame in 2016, won 4 championships, was an All-Star 15 times. That is a mark that Kevin Durant has tied for 4th most tonight. Charles Barkley, Hall of Fame 2006, an 11-time All-Star. He was the MVP of the league in 1993 and was an MVP of an All-Star game back in 1991. So we have a little break in the action right now here with our championship game. Shaq's OGs, an 11-1 lead over Chuck's Global All-Stars. And while we come back to action in a moment, let's send it back to Jim Basquill in the Granger studio.
All right, Kesty, thanks so much. Again, this is a one-sided affair early, going with Shaq's OGs up a 10 in this title game. Coming up next on the NBA All-Star Halftime, we'll take a look back at the first 2 days of All-Star Weekend. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
With NBA League Pass, keeping up with the league is as easy as NBA. Watch from multiple angles and in your preferred language. Wait, really? Oh, new guy, huh? Yeah, you get so many live games, recaps, and highlights. So the court is my oyster. It's your Pelican, Wolf, Bull, Nugget, Big Blue Dog, whatever you want it to be. NBA League Pass, your home for streaming hoops.
Only select out-of-market games available and local blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back with you, reminding you the NBA halftime show on ESPN Radio is presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Tonight, the capper of a 3-day All-Star weekend, which started with the Rising Stars Challenge, and then you had All-Star Saturday night, the 3 events, skills, 3-point, slam dunk. This is how we ultimately got here.
Tonight, we begin the first of 3 straight nights of All-Star broadcast. The Rising Stars competition up first. 3-game mini-tournament. 3 teams made up of the best rookie and sophomore players in the league, and a 4th team comprised of G League players. Stephon Castle calling Edey for a screen. Dribbles to the right post, lets it fly, and hits the game winner. And waves bye-bye to Team Tim Hardaway. McGowan's down at the 3-point line. Step back, gonna take a shot for the win, and he makes it! Bryce McGowan with a man in his face drops the triple, and Jeremy Lin's Team G League advancing to the championship. Castle sends it over to Keontae George for 3, and there it is! Victory for Team Chris Mullin, and Chris Mullin's squad will advance to face the NBA All-Stars on Sunday.
Feels like a movie. I mean, you're just saying it doesn't even sound real, but I mean, just to be a part of all this is definitely a blessing. I mean, I took home a trophy today. I'm trying to take one home tomorrow, so hopefully I put on the show.
Tonight we have the State Farm All-Stars Saturday night, the Starry 3-point contest, the AT&T Slam Dunk, the Kia Skills Challenge. Throws the pass overhead through the target and runs to the other end to lay it in at 1 minute even. That is the best score of any of the teams so far here tonight, and that's the score to beat for Team Warriors. It's on its way. It's no good. Time expires. And Team Cleveland, for the second time in the last 4 years, the Kia Skills Challenge.
We had to put up for Cleveland, man. Cleveland Golden State's always been a rivalry, so we figured we had to try to come out, put all the best stops out, and try to get it done.
Final shot. Good! What a first round for Buddy Hield, who scores 31 points. Damian Lillard will not win 3 straight. 3-point contest eliminated with 18 points. 4th one's up. 3 seconds to his final shot. Squares and connects. That's a great round. 24 for Tyler Hero. Hield made the last for 23, but Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat is the Starry 3-point contest champion.
It means a lot just to be here, not only for the 3-point, but the All-Stars, just representing, the city of Miami, the organization, and just being here. It means a lot for me, and having that name across my chest means a lot.
Max Ball grabs the reverse dunk. Holy cow! He just went over the car, grabbed the ball from his friend who's through the moonroof, and reverse dunked it and cleared the car. Here's McClung. He vaults one, and he dunks both! Max McClung dunks both balls. What is going on in San Francisco? He's a 49.7 to make it 3 straight. Vault, grab, and flushes. Here we go, waiting on the scores for Mac McClung. 50, 50, 50, all 50s. First time ever in NBA All-Star history, we have a 3-peat. Mac McClung. It's over! It's over, ladies and gentlemen!
It was indeed. That's Jake Boson production. Mac McClung, first ever 3-time defending slam dunk champion. 4 dunks, 4 50s. That's as good as it gets, right? Hey, All-Star fans, are you a parent and professional, a dreamer and a doer? You're an ender then. And National University understands Ander hustle. That's why they offer flexible online classes and career-focused support for students juggling work and family and everything in between. Whether you're building a career, raising a family, or chasing big dreams, National University is there to help you to advance your education and score your goals. Visit nu.edu to learn more. We mentioned earlier NBA Commissioner Adam Silver caught up with our PJ Carlissimo and Mark Kestisher. Among the subjects, LeBron James missing tonight's tip.
It's always incredibly frustrating. I mean, for any All-Star not to be able to play, but I think in particular LeBron. On the other hand, I recognize, nobody has paid his dues more to the league and to the fans than LeBron has. So I understand it. I spoke to him in the locker room when he arrived tonight, and he feels terrible about the fact he can't play. But I think there's also recognition on a 4-year-old's body. We don't want to create unnecessary risk. But having said that, I think LeBron was the first to say he's excited about this new format. He's looking forward to giving some of the young guys those extra minutes, and he'll be cheering from the sidelines.
Yeah, new format in the All-Star game. We are in the midst of that. Then there were Draymond Green's comments on the lack of physicality in today's NBA game, to which Silver had this response.
Everyone's aware he wants to play a very, very physical game. And it's the sentiment of the league, not just me. We have a competition committee, and the Players Association is part of that, while we appreciate the energy he brings to the game, we're also as focused on athleticism and skill and don't want it to become overly physical. And I felt he was reacting really more to sort of a little pushback on his particular style. So he's entitled to his opinion, but he's a provocateur. He has his own podcast, and he's clever and knows how to get attention.
He's always going to share his opinion, right? And how about possible expansion in the near future in the National Basketball Association? Here's Commissioner Adam Silver.
We want to work through some existing team transactions right now. We have a situation in Minnesota. I'd like to see that get resolved. It's no secret the Celtics are for sale, but I think then we're going to turn our attention to expansion again. We have been modeling it at the league office. It's dilution, not just in terms of talent with 2 more teams, but if you have a long-term television deal, then you have 2 more partners in which you're sharing the economics with, so you have to work that through in determining what the value of the expansion team would be. But there's certainly no lack of interest in Seattle and several other markets as well. And just in fairness to the process, including from people I know in Seattle or people from other markets who've asked for meetings, what we're saying is we will run an open and transparent process, and don't want to have backroom conversations. So we're being very open about that. But we will turn in the next few months back to considering expansion again.
Now, you heard Adam Silver talk about the new format in this All-Star game. 3 games for the price of 1, if you will. Short games. Target score of 40. First tip on the night offered Kenny's Young Stars against Chuck's Global Stars.
Here's Jackson harassing Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Blows by him right to the rim, flushes home, and Chuck's Global Stars will advance to the championship game here at the All-Star game.
Yeah, 41-32. SGA didn't miss a shot. 5 of 5, 12 points for the winners. Game 2, Shaq's OGs, Candace's Rising Stars.
Durant out at the logo. Passes to Lillard. Lillard, topside 3, good! And Shaq's OGs advancing. Game time once again, this time back in the Bay in his hometown. And Shaq's OGs will advance to face Chuck's Global Stars in our championship.
Yeah, Dame had a trio of threes, including that game winner, 42-35. So they're into this final game, and I'd say Chuck's Global Stars have some work to do. We go back to the Chase Center for the second half with George Sedano, PJ Carlissimo, and Mark Kestisher.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. 11-1, yeah, the early start for Shaq's OGs over the Global Stars. We just had the handoff from San Francisco to Los Angeles. We had TNT in their final All-Star game, gone fishing, and I'm surprised not as much warm-up here. These guys getting right back to it.
No warm-up. I'm shocked.
As Karl Anthony Towns takes an inbound pass, drives right to the rim, and scores. That's the first field goal for Chuck's
I'll tell you what, I sincerely hope nobody pulls a muscle here. That's a lot. That was almost a halftime right there for standing around, and I'm a little surprised they didn't warm up a little. Wemby was stretching. I saw Jason Tatum trying to stretch out, but it was more individually, not what you would expect.
Here's Durant attacking the basket. Wemby coming over to contest. And Chuck's Global Stars coming the other way. Pass to Wemby for three. All net. Affecting on both ends
Well,
of the
you
floor.
see that all the time. You see the 7-4 guy almost block a shot, alter at one end, and go up and knock a three down on the other end.
Tatum rises over Karl Anthony Towns and buries a three.
JT has 11 points. He said he was making a little run for another MVP. He was selected 2 years ago. Was it Cleveland? Where was he 2 years
That
ago?
was in Salt Lake City. 55-point effort.
Yep.
Jokic missing a shot. Team Shaq with a 14-6 lead. We're playing to 40.
I thought he was going to fire.
with it. He is. He's going to step back, shoot a three, missed it this time. Wembanyama with the rebound.
6 points, 3 for 4 he was in the first game.
Wembanyama trying another three, missed that one. Nobody's there under the basket, rebounding easily. Steph Curry.
That could have got our score a little bit more attractive if Wemby could have knocked that down.
Curry gets by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, tried a three, missed it, rebounded by Victor. Wembanyama goes coast to coast, and he flushes it with the right hand.
Point center making a little bit of a case also, but his team's got to win some games.
Well, they were down 11-1 at the break. They're down 6 now, and a miss by Brown. And Team Chuck making a comeback here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tried to find Wembanyama, but he wasn't looking. It's a turnover. Other end, Kyrie Irving got by Cat, couldn't finish, but Jaylen Brown there to clean it up and put it in.
Celtic pair on the board. They're really performing.
Wembanyama playing a real basketball game here, going after Kevin Durant, who knocked it away momentarily. Wemby's got it back. Mid-range Jay is a miss. Rebounded by the OGs. Jaylen Brown takes on Donovan Mitchell, but missed the layup. Coming from right to left, Nikola Jokic. Jokic, a lazy pass, and it gets intercepted. 3-on-1 for the OGs. Tatum over to Kyrie Irving. Left side three is good, and it's 19-8 Team Shaq. Karl Anthony Towns into the front court, finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Corner three's good. Big answer for Shai and Team Chuck.
Well, Dagnall's seen that before. I don't think he worries about games getting away from him when Shai Gilgeous is around.
Here's Curry, pass to the wing, not a good one, gets by Tatum. Out of bounds. Team Chuck, by the way, PJ, they were 0 for 10 before that little break there. They're 4 of 7 and led by Victor Wembanyama.
Who looks very tired. He's got hands on both his hips right now. Our boss, Mr. Saccone, let me know that Joe Munson posted he thinks 50 points would be a better total.
I might not disagree with you there.
Yeah.
Here's a turnover for Chuck's team. Steph Curry coming the other way, finds Harden. Now to Irving, trying to get by Jokic. Got it back. What a move down low, and he scores the layup.
A lot of people have felt for a long time he and Steph are the two best pure ball handlers in the league.
And Irving also with those great hands nearly picked Donovan Mitchell, but a foul just inside a half-court called against Kyrie. Got a big smile on his face.
He's laughing.
All right, game's getting a little more contested here at 21-11, and a steal by Irving. Up ahead to Brown with a right-hand hammer. Jaylen Brown, who spent his college years here in the Bay Area at Cal Berkeley. Trae Young with it, 23-10. OGs, nice touch pass. Jokic to Cat for the layup. Wow.
Just with two of the best, number 1 and number 2 assist guys in the league. It went from Trae Young to Nikola, number 1 and number 2 in assists.
That's impressive. And a turnover by the OGs over on the far sideline.
Right, we have a little run here.
Down 10, Young for three. Pinballs out. Offensive rebound. Victor with an easy stop.
The ball was about 6 feet behind him. He just kind of reached back and grabbed it.
Here's Curry from half court. Yes! A half court three for Steph Curry.
He's taking one of his buddies on the baseline. I guarantee he told him he was going to make a half court shot tonight.
26-15. Shaq's OGs. Trey can't answer with a three. Curry's got the rebound.
Because another one, Kes.
Here's Curry, another half quarter. No, off to the right this time. Trae Young the rebound.
The game is, I'm going to say devolving.
Jokic three, no. Tapped out to the perimeter. OGs have it. Down for Irving. Puts it off the glass himself, grabs and stuffs.
There's the leaping ability you don't see. Oh, look at that. Trey Young threw it off Kyrie's back.
And then goes behind the back, down low to Wembanyama for the basket. Down low, Irving behind the back. No look, bounce pass to Tatum for the score. 30-17, Team Shaq. Trey Young, little showtime down to Karl Anthony Towns for the bucket.
All the precincts aren't in, but I'm going to say the new format worked very well in the first two games. Not working as well in this game.
No, we had a little bit of defense early, but not anymore. Here's Harden for three. James Harden and the Shaq OGs now only 7 points away. Towns missing a three. Rebound Kyrie Irving.
From Steph.
Curry on top of the arc. Goes left, goes right against Jokic. Nicole's trying to stay with him. Hop step to the right, a three. Air ball that time. And recovered by Mitchell, who flings it all the way down court to Jokic, who is running the floor for the
Bucks. He wants to be a wide receiver. He's been running the floor.
33-21.
He's hounding Steph on the other side. Nikola Jokic.
You're not scoring, buddy. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving has it against Victor Wembanyama out on the right wing, isolated. Crossover right, crossover left, step back, duck under with the right hand, off the window, missed it.
You think Nikola remembers those shots that Steph made in Paris?
Oh, I believe he does. Yeah. It's almost nightmares. Here's Curry on top for three. Yes, 36-21, Team Shaq.
Almost had a football score there for a while, but no.
4 points away for Shaq's OGs. We're playing the 40 in the championship. Here's Mitchell. Pull up from 22. No. Rebounded by James Harden. Harden into the front court. Harden pass to Curry. Left wing. One bounce to his left. Gets off a three and hits it. And Shaq's OGs are a point away.
Steph, that shot was barely out of his hand. He turned and he's running down the other way because he knew where it was going to end up.
He's going to get the Kobe Bryant Award as MVP. Steph Curry may be making a late run here.
Yeah, he is. It's going to be a tough vote, Justin.
Trey Young.
You and Mr. McDaniel are going to have to help him.
Karl Anthony Towns puts it in for Chuck's Global Stars, 39-23. It could be the final possession in San Francisco. Shaq's OGs 1 point away, and they rise to their feet.
And
Mary Chase Center.
They want.
Are they going to ice him? Timeout call.
No, he called it
8-second call. Oh, my goodness.
And we'll hear some boos for that.
Eric Dalen, the referee, inserted himself, but hey, he's watching the shot clock. I didn't see it hit 15. And a turnover by Steph Curry.
Well, I'll tell you what, it would appear if the lead holds, it's going to be between Steph and Jason Tatum. I'm going back and looking at the first game. Jason Tatum, 6 points, 3 for 4. Steph Curry, 8 points, 3 for 9. Got a tough decision here.
Wembanyama with a stuff, 39-25. Shaq's OGs 1 point away from winning the All-Star game. A lob down low to Tatum. There's the flush. That's the finish. Shaq's OGs in the first ever NBA All-Star mini tournament. The champions of the 74th NBA All-Star game. We will hear from the most valuable player and wrap up NBA All-Star Weekend coming up in a moment. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nick bought a new guitar, a 62 American Classic Electric. Does he know how to play? No. But Nick's Empower investment account has performed well. He got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a really, really, really good guitar solo.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
Pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
It's time to take your shot with the Year of You Scholarship at National University. Score up to $6,000 annually toward a bachelor's or master's degree. With 4 and 8-week courses and flexible online options, you can stay in the game while you study and get free tutoring, career counseling, and more to help you succeed. Make this your year and apply by February 28th at nu.edu. That's nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
You're listening to the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Welcome back to Chase Center in San Francisco. All-Star Weekend coming to a close. We're just waiting on an MVP of this 74th NBA All-Star Game. Shaq's OGs featuring 3 number 1 overall picks, a number 2, 3 number 3s. The lowest pick of any of the guys on Shaq OGs, Steph Curry, who was the number 7 pick. It was a loaded roster. Shaq said, I want the OGs, and they won 2 games, including beating the Global Stars 41-25.
Yeah, that's MVP's coming down to 2 people without question. Steph Curry, 20 points, 6 3-point shots. Jason Tatum, 21 points, was really efficient, 9 for 11 from the field. Steph had more threes, but he was not nearly as efficient. Although, tell me what city we're in.
We are in San Francisco.
I got a hunch that we may see.
Oftentimes, it's the hometown guy. Although, if memory serves, the last hometown winner was Anthony Davis in New Orleans as a Pelican.
And these 2 guys that I'm speculating are going to be the 2 finalists. Steph was the MVP in 2022.
Correct.
In Cleveland.
Yes.
And JT was the MVP in 2023 in Salt Lake City. So we're probably, if it holds, if what I'm speculating is true, we're going to have a very recent winner repeat.
We will have a 2-time winner if it's one of those 2 players, and I would agree with you. Those are the 2 guys in the lead right now. We're waiting for the tabulations. They have a stage set up at center court, and Shaq's OGs, who did not have LeBron James tonight, ended a streak of 20 consecutive All-Star starts. LeBron James came into the league in 2003, did not play in the All-Star game as a rookie. He was in the rookie-sophomore game, and then his second year, from then until tonight, had started every year, but that streak ends because of...
I coached that second year when they still made you play. LeBron played. He was a sophomore when it was the rookie-sophomore game.
That's right.
I had the misfortune of the thrill, the privilege, and the misfortune of coaching the rookies against the sophomores.
That was in Denver, right, in 2005?
05, led by LeBron.
Excellent. Well, they're getting ready to announce the most valuable player, and we will pass it along to you when we find out, and George Sedano also will interview. There was also money that was up for stake here for all the guys who came out and played the NBA All-Star Game winning team. Each guy is going to walk away with $125,000. The second place team, $50,000, and the third and fourth place teams got $25,000 plus. And we should mention, not a bad weekend for the Rising Stars, the team that won Friday.
25 for Friday.
Coach Mully, and then Candace's Rising Stars got another 25.
Good for them.
Not too bad. What'd you think overall of the format here in the?
I really liked it, but not for the last game, unfortunately. I just think they didn't buy into it in the last game when it was the 2 equally prestigious teams. They weren't going to embarrass each other. Wasn't nearly as competitive. The best game for sure was the game involving the young guys, but a step forward, Kes, come on.
Yeah.
Compared to what we've had recently, absolutely improved.
Well, we played to 40 in both games. Neither the East nor the West scored under 40 points in any quarter in Indianapolis last year. In fact,
we had a bunch of individuals score more than that.
That's right. Karl Anthony Towns was one of them. He scored 50 points. The East team last year had at least 50 points in every quarter. Of course, they scored 211 points. So one would think that this format might stick around for next year, 2026. in Los Angeles. All right, we're going to find out who the Kobe Bryant Award winner is. This goes back to the 2020 All-Star Game in Chicago, and unfortunately, just weeks before that, Kobe Bryant was in a tragic helicopter accident, and of course, he was Mr. All-Star as well, and they renamed the most valuable trophy. Yeah, for All-Star. Kawhi Leonard took it away in 2020. You mentioned all the different players. There were 5 of them playing tonight in this game, in the championship game, that had a chance to win the Kobe Bryant MVP. And let's see, is it going to be Steph Curry or is it going to be Jason Tatum? Right now, the team award being lifted up. Kevin Durant and company. He's got a smile on his face now. He was not happy at the end of the first game against the Rising Stars team on a hard foul late that wasn't called.
Present the MVP to the 3 officials.
Well, while we have a moment, because we're going to wait on the MVP and George is going to get the interview, so we got a little time here. The second half of the season gets underway on Wednesday. There's a makeup game. The Lakers are going to take on Charlotte on Wednesday. In fact, that means they're going to play a back-to-back because Thursday the Lakers are in Portland. Oklahoma City, wide lead in the West, 8 games over Memphis. Denver right behind them on an 8-game winning streak, and we'll be in Denver next Saturday for the Luka and the Lakers against the Nuggets. And the Cavaliers have a 5.5-game lead over Boston in the East at the break.
The better races, well, I shouldn't say, you can go like 3 through 12 in the West, but the better races, the play-in is really going to be interesting. Who gets in, who gets those top 6, where you're actually in the playoffs, and who's in the 7, 8, 9, 10 in the play-in. That's going to go right to the wire. We're going to have some good play-in games. We're going to have some very entertaining first-round series, I think, this year.
Well, to your point, in the West, only 7 games separate the 6 seed all the way down to the 12 seed. I know San Antonio is 6 games under 500, but that's only 7 games. You got about, 27, 28 games to go in the regular season. And we just had the announcement, if you hear the cheering behind us. Steph Curry is the most valuable player of the 74th NBA All-Star Game, and he is now a 2-time Kobe Bryant MVP of the All-Star.
Well, this is my quick math, so obviously it's subject to review, but I got him for 20 points, 6 3-pointers. Obviously, always a worthy choice, and did a really nice job. Also, I got him for 2 assists and 4 boards in the first game, an assist and 6 boards in the second game. So, and hometown favorite, and repeat.
And a little history here. Those 6 3-pointers make him now 57 All-Star 3-pointers, extending his record. He's going to go over 4,000 3-pointers before this season is over. He's 52 away from that, but the Warriors history, he's an 11-time All-Star. That passes Paul Arizin, back from the Philadelphia Warriors days, way back in yesterday. Actually retired a little early because the Warriors were moving west to San Francisco, and he didn't want to go west to San Francisco.
We saw some great pictures walking through the locker room here. That franchise, Golden State, of course, Philadelphia Warriors and Wilt, and so many, Rick Barry, who's here tonight, so many great players, and the best, unfortunately, best gentleman that ever represented that team, took him to a championship, Alvin Adels.
Yes. Before we continue here, and we'll hear from Steph Curry in just a little bit, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano with you here in San Francisco as Shaq's OGs being feted at half court. And, I see Kevin Hart got a smaller trophy here tonight, and he's wearing Shaq's hat as well. But Steph's got the big hardware. He's holding the Kobe Bryant MVP trophy, his second All-Star game.
And we said farewell last All-Star game for TNT, and welcome to Amazon and NBC. And, hey, how about patting ourselves on the back? Good job by ESPN ABC.
Yes.
Continuing the great relationship that we've had with the NBA, and really looking forward to to it going forward.
Long television and radio contract that'll get underway next year for the next 11 seasons, but Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors, the most valuable player of this All-Star game. They acquired Jimmy Butler. We talked to Draymond Green
is
yesterday.
Very bullish
He is.
on their new team, if you will.
And he was also, it was interesting to hear him talk about Steph being a little bit emotional to realize this is the last run. This is our last run. They're bringing in Jimmy Butler. We'll see what we can do.
To your question, he said this could be your last run, and Draymond corrected us. He said this is our last run. I don't think he meant this year. I think he meant this configuration of the Warriors now with a different big three. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler welcoming him from kind of a riled-up South Beach.
Well, they've gone 3-1 since the acquisition of Jimmy Butler. The Warriors are 1 game over 500, 28-27. They're tied with Sacramento for the 9th and 10th records in the Western Conference, and everyone wants to get to 6. The Warriors 4 in the loss column behind the Los Angeles Clippers. So Steph Curry is the most valuable player of the All-Star game for the second time in 4 years, and he is standing by with our George Sedano. George?
Thank you, guys. We are here with the MVP, Steph Curry. You did it at home. What does it feel like?
It feels great because, I think Dame said it after the game with Ernie, this was a new format, a lot of kind of, risks you're taking on changing things up, but I think it was necessary. And I like the way that we kind of just appropriately stepped up the competition. I know everybody's going to try to, critique it top to bottom, but we have fun. And hopefully that came to shine through, and this is a pretty cool little souvenir for it.
That's the world we live in. Everybody's going to complain about something, as you know, but you did have fun out there. And again, I think that the guys out there, it just felt, to your point, the level of intensity was different than maybe in years past. Would you say that's accurate?
No, for sure. I think there's a lot of content that was going on the whole night, and obviously part of the the run of show, the entertainment value, but what All-Star Weekend is. But the basketball part, like keeping it short and sweet, and allowing us to just go out and have fun, not dragging it on, I think that helped. And like I said, I have fun. Guys on our team have fun. We knew we wanted to win, and it was cool.
You won the Kobe Bryant MVP trophy. Obviously, I know you had a relationship and you competed against him. What does that particularly mean to you?
He leaves a lasting legacy on the game, and there's a reason this trophy's named after him because, he was the people's champ. Everybody loved watching him play, especially in this setting. So, very, very fortunate and honored to do it, and especially here in my home. And understanding what this meant for the Bay Area, brought a lot of life and energy to both San Francisco and Oakland, and it means a lot to me.
You guys going to play a game at Oracle? What do you think?
I'd love to. It was fun being back there yesterday for practice. Chase Center is beautiful. Obviously, they've invested a lot in this. I have a lot of nostalgia and a desire to play at least one more game there before I'm retired.
Steph, congratulations on everything. Thank you, as always, for the time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All
right, guys, back to you.
All right, George, thanks a lot, and thanks to Steph Curry. It was not only emotional for them to be at the Oakland Arena yesterday, but he even talked about walking into that tunnel where he always took that pregame shot on the way to the locker room.
Hey, seriously, you cannot play as many games and win as many awards. Draymond was even telling us about what it's like walking by some of the clubs where they celebrated the night they won the championship, where the whole team was in there, and how important that was for their family to be there. I mean, this is home. And it was great, and again, the fact that it meant we had to go across the Bay Bridge and deal with the traffic, and we had the Chinese Lunar New Year last night parade, and all the streets were closed. But guess what? Tying Oakland and San Francisco together, this Bay Area, was great. They did an excellent job hosting this NBA All-Star game.
Well, there's no rest for the weary. As we said, the second half or last third of the season starts up on Wednesday. ESPN Radio's coverage. We're back with you. Saturday night, we'll have, hopefully, LeBron will be ready to go, and Luka Doncic and the Lakers against
Jamal and Nikola
Joker and the red-hot Denver Nuggets. Looking forward to that Saturday night.
Looking forward to a ton of games down the stretch. The West is going to be a bloodbath. The East is more competitive than it's been, although Boston kind of sent a message this last week. They in Cleveland have distanced themselves a little bit the Knicks are certainly a threat. There's no question about that. Mitchell Robinson gets healthy and comes back. That changes their look. OKC's already been the dominant team in the West, and they're just getting Chet Holmgren back now. No shortage of matchups to look forward to in the remaining NBA season. And it's a sprint. You talk about the dog days leading up to the All-Star game. From now on, it's a sprint, and the play-in and the play-off is what it's all about.
Well, Denver has the third hardest schedule remaining. The Lakers have the sixth hardest. We'll have Lakers-Nuggets 8 Eastern Saturday night, and then the 2-3 teams in the East, the Knicks and Celtics, Sunday afternoon, 12:30 Eastern Time, as our second, quote-unquote, half of our ESPN radio schedule gets underway. That's going to do it from this outstanding weekend in San Francisco. We hope you've enjoyed it. Shaq's OGs, the champs of the mini tournament, and our first mini tournament in the 74th NBA All-Star Game. They beat Chuck's Global Stars 41-25 in the championship. A lot of people to thank. PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano, our producer, John Medani, our executive producer, Pete Saccone, our engineers, Al Rosenberg, Dave Sniff, making it sound all great. And that'll do it from Chase Center in San Francisco. I'm Mark Kestisher. Let's send it to Jim Basquill in the studio with the postgame show.
Kesty, great to be with you and PJ all weekend long. And as you might expect, we have the results of the AutoZone in the Zone poll question. It was a tight two-man race down to the wire. And your winner is the hometown guy, Steph Curry, MVP. 20 total points, 12 in the title game, hit 6 total threes. He's the first host to win MVP since Anthony Davis in 2017. It's his second All-Star MVP. He edges out Jason Tatum, who had 21 total points, 15 in the title game. In the Zone, brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The NBA on ESPN Radio has been presented by Indeed. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Coming up next in the NBA All-Star postgame show, our game flow. New format, 3 games, 1 night, highlights on the other side. This is the 74th NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
I can't believe they're moving the team to another city.
True, but you'll never forget all the joy they brought into your life.
Joy? They made the playoffs twice in 50 years.
Gosh, those 2 times were pretty great, weren't they?
How would I know? I wasn't even born yet.
Just think of all the free time you'll have on game days.
Those games were the highlight of my week.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
This is the 2025 NBA All-Star Game on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basquill back on the NBA All-Star post-game show, reminding you the game flow is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers round-the-clock protection. Get a quote today at Progressive.com. I mentioned 3 games, 1 night. First up, Kenny's Young Stars against Chuck's Global Stars. This is how it finished.
Here's Jackson harassing Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Blows by him right to the rim, flushes home, and Chuck's Global Stars will advance to the championship game here at the All-Star Game.
SGA on the flush, finished with 12 points, 5 of 5 from the floor, 41-32 your final. They reached the title game. Up next, Shaq's OGs, Candace's Rising Stars, and last year's MVP of the All-Star Game gets it done late.
Durant out at the logo. Passes to Lillard. Lillard, topside 3, good! And Shaq's OGs advancing. Game time once again, this time back in the Bay in his hometown. And Shaq's OGs will advance to face Chuck's Global Stars in our championship.
And there you have it, 42-35. Damian Lillard, his third three-pointer, had 9 points at all. They advanced to the title game. Want to mention in that game, the Celtics, Brown and Tatum combined for 14 points. So it's Shaq's OGs, Chuck's Global Stars, and Chuck's Global Stars got off to a slow start, down 11-1 at the break. The second half, you had this highlight.
Jokic three, no. Tapped out to the perimeter. OGs have it. Down for Irving. Puts it off the glass himself, grabs and stuffs.
There's the leaping ability you don't see. Oh, look at that. Straight on true enough. Kyrie's back.
Yeah, that's Kyrie Irving showing off some hops he doesn't normally show. He had 7 points in the game. Also, Irving had 2 steals, and you saw him trying to play some defense in this game. So we'll give him the defender of the game, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Their members are the mission. Again, you thought Chuck's Global Stars would get close in this one, make a run. Never really happened in the second half, and when the game was within reach, Jason Tatum had the dagger.
Shaq's OGs 1 point away from winning the All-Star game. A lob down low to Tatum. There's the flush. That's the finish. Shaq's OGs in the first ever NBA All-Star mini tournament. The champions of the 74th NBA All-Star game.
There you have it. Jason Tatum had himself a night. And then that game, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Steph had a dozen, had 20 total. He garnered MVP. Could have gone either way with him or Tatum, but, you know, Steph's the hometown guy, right? 41-25 is your final. Shaq's OGs get it done without LeBron James, who didn't play on this night. In defeat, Wemby had 11 points and 3 rebounds in that title game. So once again, our final score, Shaq's OGs take out Chuck's Global Stars 41-25 to win the All-Star game in this new format. Coming up next, it's game night for producer Mike Martino, technical director Camilo Ortiz, and associate producer Ryan Matlack, as well as Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano, and John Madani. I am Jim Basquil. Thanks for listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Here's Nelson.
Ready for a major Metropolitan Division matchup at UBS Arena as the New York Islanders prepare to take on their cross-island rivals, the New York Rangers.
Noah Dobson opens up with a shot and he scores!
Be part of the action on Tuesday, February 25th, and lock in your seats to this big game by visiting NewYorkIslanders.com. That's NewYorkIslanders.com.
Don LaGreca here to tell you about my friends at Bat Fitter. They remodeled my mom's bath, did an awesome job. The process was easy, one expert installer, even with the customization she needed for a cast iron tub. It was done one day with no demo or mess. It's a beautiful, high-quality, permanent solution. Bat Fitter provides a lifetime guarantee. 3 million happy customers like my mom. Lock in 2024 pricing and get 0% interest for 30 months. So start designing your bath today at batfitterdesign.com. There's only one Bat Fitter.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
Here's Nelson.
Get ready for a major Metropolitan Division matchup at UBS Arena as the New York Islanders prepare to take on their cross-island rivals, the New York Rangers.
Noah Dobson opens up with a shot and he scores!
Be part of the action on Tuesday, February 25th, and lock in your seats to this big game by visiting NewYorkIslanders.com. That's NewYorkIslanders.com.
Defy expectations with Optimum Fiber and get our best internet at our best price, starting at just $40 a month.
Plus, enjoy a 5-year price lock and a $400 prepaid MasterCard on us with faster speed. Opt in to Optimum. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. For new residential customers, price reflects auto pay and paperless bill discount. Price lock and prepaid card require 8 gig internet. Wi-Fi speeds may vary. 90 days continuous service required for prepaid card. Additional terms apply. Optimum.com for details.
I love this song! I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzz warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
After podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
The Dallas Cowboys need to trade Mike Parsons. They have to start taking culture seriously. You don't get closer to winning a championship by getting rid of those players, typically. But when you got somebody that has been as vocal as he has, you have to send a message to the rest of the players that this is not something that's going to be tolerated.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. This is Freddie and Harry.
Patrick Mahomes has an infinitely better organization in terms of talent evaluation than maybe Tom Brady ever had all those years with New England, which makes what he was able to do remarkable. He went into every year knowing, okay, I guess I got to make this work. Patrick Mahomes is on that kind of track where guys get there and they raise their level because they know exactly what they've gotten into and they want to continue to be a part of that.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Understand this format and why it's the way it is. Kind of to hopefully push the All-Stars to play harder during the game. But I'll be honest with you, I feel like everybody's the grown man. Like, you cannot force anybody to play hard if he doesn't really want to.
Yeah, the star power is good, but I need the star power to perform like the stars that they are.
Nobody's asking you to compete like you're going against each other in the regular season of the playoffs. But in the summertime, when you're working out with each other, you show a little bit of effort. You can do that for NBA All-Star Weekend.
Everybody's got an opinion on NBA All-Star Weekend. Welcome to all of those that listen to the NBA All-Star Game. It is game night on ESPN Radio.
Man, if that was a bad listen, imagine how it was. If that was a bad watch, imagine how it was as a listen. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. It is game night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. He's Harrison Sanford, not to be confused with Harrison Ford. I'm Donald Ware. I'm Donald Ware with you here. Yeah, especially he's got the movie out, right? He's got the movie out now, right?
What movie does he have out?
The Captain America film that's out now. He plays. He plays like the president or something. Yeah,
I gotta tap in.
Yeah, man.
I gotta do better.
It's okay. It's no problem. But look, I mean, I think what we want to kind of talk about now, because we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to react to NBA All-Star Weekend. We're going to talk some women's basketball today here on Game Night on ESPN Radio as well. But I got to ask you this, Harrison. What needs to happen? What needs to be better? What needs to be changed? Maybe not even with respect to the All-Star Game in of itself, although that's what we're talking about, but maybe NBA All-Star Weekend as a whole. You can hit on either one of those.
Well, as somebody I've covered a handful of NBA All-Star weekends, and I do think that, I do know that the players are asked to do a lot. They do a lot throughout the duration. There's so many media availabilities, so many appearances they have to make with their sneaker brands, that they have to make with their clothing brands, so many podcast appearances, and obviously there's the parties at nighttime. So I do think that the players are drained by all of the access they have to give up during the course of the weekend, which is why the NBA gave them additional days after All-Star Weekend in order for them to get a break. With that being said, I don't know if you can actually change that, because that's what All-Star Weekend is about, being able to see and hear from the All-Stars. What needs to change is the competitiveness. These guys don't compete, point blank. And I don't know if you can compel them to compete, because we put money on the line before, didn't change anything. You put the Elam ending in there, it worked for 1 year and 1 year only. It's just not going to happen. You can't tell grown men to compete in a game that doesn't matter. Right. It's up to them to decide to do that. I think the only way we can compel them to compete is if you put them in a situation where it's a one-on-one or 3-on-3, where people actually have to get exposed defensively. When you have it with 5 players on the court, it's a lot easier if you're guarding on the perimeter to say, hey, well, I got a big man on the inside, maybe he'll take care of it. And the big man on the inside doesn't take care of it. When you're put on an island, maybe that will compel the players to play a bit harder. Obviously, it's 15 players, so maybe you end up having a 3-on-3 tournament or a 1-on-1 tournament. But the 5-on-5, there's too many ways to get away with not trying. And then everybody stops trying. And that's what we saw tonight.
Yeah, I think, and you're right, there's a lot. Like, first of all, kudos. We're kind of, and rightfully so, we don't like this new format. We didn't like it at all. A lot was wrong with it, not only with the game, but with all of the time in between timeouts. And once you got to 15 points, then there was like a 20-minute. It was just a bit much. But kudos to the NBA, first of all, because to your point, they go into these cities. There's a lot. You mentioned a lot of press, but there are a lot of service projects done by these players in the community. So the fans a lot of times get to touch the players. You're right. So we got to give kudos to the NBA and the NBA right there. They do a lot of work. And nobody does it better when you're talking about faces and knowing players and the way that these players are promoted. Nobody does it better than the NBA. I mean, for me, with the game in of itself, I think you just need to go back to the original format. I didn't have...
Go back to what wasn't working?
I didn't personally have a problem, because it was for the fans. Like, the fans got to see... Tonight was for the fans. Right, but we saw nothing different tonight than we've seen in the past. You can talk about trying to do the one-on-ones. At the end of the day, these guys are not going to play defense. They're just not going to do it. So why not have a situation where they are doing the dunks and all of the threes and the highlights and all that? It wows the crowd. We've never, the crowd at the games, and I realize a lot of it has to do with TV. I got it. I think a lot of the complaints has been because it's not been well received from a visual standpoint, from a TV standpoint. The fans in the stands seem to enjoy that. Otherwise, what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do?
That's what I said. I think they have to keep. We can't quit the All-Star game, right? We can't not have All-Star weekend. So I think Adam Silver and the Players Association needs to continue to come up with new ideas to make it a worthwhile investment. And I think it's incumbent upon Adam Silver and, frankly, whoever's in charge of the NBPA, the National Basketball Players Association, whoever that person is. I know Jaylen Brown is a part of the executive committee. C.J. McCollum, I believe, was a part of it. I think he might recently have been out of it. Now he might be recently out of it. Whoever's in charge needs to put their foot down and say, hey, y'all, we have to take some professional pride here. Or we have to come up with a solution to help we have to help the league. I just don't know if they will.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen. You know what? Every other week, them players still get those checks, bro.
Yeah.
So whether they play hard or not, them checks still cash. And that's just the harsh reality of it all.
Yeah. Clinton Yates of Clinton and Friends has some thoughts. He says the NBA needs Team USA versus the world.
I think that the NBA All-Star Weekend does have a little bit of a conundrum. I'm still up for the one idea I think would be obvious to do. That would be a ton of fun for everybody. Taking a little bit of a page out of hockey's book at this point, which is just play US versus the world. Like, pick your All-Stars. I get that. Do that. You can do that almost as a separate exercise because it matters. But then just play the game that people want to see, which is the best players from all over the world against the best players from the U.S. I don't care if they're All-Stars or not.
Your thoughts, Harrison?
Good idea, but they just tried it.
Right.
They just did it. We just saw it. And it was trash.
Yeah.
Chuck's team was all global stars. Sengun, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama. Who they played in the championship game? Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. What happened? Trash.
Yeah. I mean, that's a
good idea.
Yeah.
Execution still is not good.
No, they're definitely going to have to try to get something done to fix this because this definitely was not the way to go. He's Harrison Sanford. I'm Donald Ware. You've got it locked to Game Night on ESPN Radio. And we've got plenty more NBA talk to come. Up next, we give letter grades for All-Star Weekend, and that's next. This is Game Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ Chris Candy coming up Monday. While there might not be any more games on the